Yeah, there's no doubt about it, Max. And the other thing is that Brockway right now, due to injury and attrition, we're going to have, I think, about 19 kids dressed from the Rovers tonight. And so they are going to be certainly outnumbered tonight in this football game. And so, but it's a good opportunity for these younger kids that heretofore did not have a chance to play all that much, but they will have an opportunity to play tonight. And because the squad has been so small, they have not been able to play JV games, where a lot of these kids that don't get into varsity games actually get a chance to get some experience, and they have not been able to have that.
Yeah, and we were talking to Coach Heigl before the game, and he was telling us one of the young players, Jack Adair, he probably would have been a perfect candidate for JV, but now with some of these injuries, getting the time to play, and he's progressing, not at a fast rate, but at least at a moderate rate to at least prove. So, I mean, I think Ridgway, with the numbers, they have, 47 tonight, right? So, like you said there, Brockway's a little bit outnumbered. So, hopefully with this game, Brockway, some of those kids can step up in place of those kids that have injuries and give us a good game tonight.
Well, let's look at some keys to the game. Keys to the game brought to you by Rogos Auto Sales. The Rogos Auto Sales, Rogos Auto Sales are the key to the game. Find new ways to new set of keys at Rogos Auto Sales. Check out the best selection or quality pre-owned vehicles in the area at Rogos Auto Sales in Brockway and at rogosauto.com. So thank you for those people at Rogos Auto. So as we look at the keys to the game, it's difficult. I mean, when you look at the team, the Elkers, they have a pretty balanced attack. They can run the ball. They do play some wing T. They may start off with that tonight. We don't know, but they also play the spread. And if you remember back to last year in that championship game, the District 9 game, they started off in the spread formation. It was not working for them. Brockway did a very good job of shutting that down. Of course, they would understand the spread since they play it themselves. And so they shut that down. So in the second half, the Elkers came out in that T formation and started to run the football. Were extremely successful with it. So what they will come out with tonight, we don't know. But those are two things that they are going to do. So they're defensively, they, of course, play the 4-4 as many teams do. But I think they're going to play pretty heavy on the run tonight against Brockway, since Brockway has had difficulty throwing the football. And they've had some success with John Wood in the backfield and also Connor Ford running the football. So I expect to see a lot of kids in the box tonight for Ridgway.
Yeah, definitely. Because if any of you were listening last week, I was doing the commentary there in Kane, and it was crazy because Kane had 10 or at least 11 defenders that were within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. So I definitely see Ridgway executing that tonight, trying to limit the run and seeing if Brockway can pass the ball tonight, because one of the big things I've been noticing is it seems like the offense for Brockway really can't set a tempo and keep that tempo going throughout the game. So hopefully they can get that going early tonight and set the pace for the rest of the game. But defensively, I still think it's the same message I say every week, is they need to get bodies on those offensive players, because they're trying arm tackling. Those kids are just running right past them, right through them, and gaining more yards if they have to. So if you really have to tonight, Brockway defenders, hold a guy up, wait until another defender comes there and gang tackle if you have to.
Well, there's one change tonight that may make some difference when it comes to the passing game and perhaps even the running game, and that is that John Wood is going to be going to quarterback, and Connor Ford is going to be out where he was occasionally at a receiver's position. Occasionally Ford will be back, play the H-back position and so forth, but where John was playing, so it's going to be Wood at quarterback, and so this will bring a little bit of a different approach for the Rovers.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested to see that, because you might know how John Wood throws, but I don't. So it'd be a nice sight to see what exactly he has, because last week I thought Ford was doing a little bit better job throwing the ball downfield, but maybe the coaches see something that we don't and made the switch now to see how exactly the offense goes under the control of John Wood.
Well, John Wood has not been throwing the ball. He might be at practices, but we certainly haven't seen him throw the ball in a football game. But John has a pretty strong arm. And, the issue may be how accurate will he be when he gets back there and gets under pressure, and he's not used to being in that position. But he's a pretty cool dude.
Yeah.
And
he's a nice kid, yeah.
Yeah, he's a tough kid, so he's going to compete no matter where he is. And if there's anybody that the Elkers are worried about, and we talked to their head coach about this, it is probably John Wood. But we know that this is a team sport, and John needs to have some key blocks if he's going to be able to get out where he can use his moves in the open field. And so we'll see how that's going to work out for them tonight. Okay, well, we're going to be back with starting lineup, but before we do that, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back here at Ridgway, where you're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football. And safe, so there are no visits to the clinic. Visit them on Facebook or just look up directforcare.com. And the national anthem is playing right now, so we're going to take a little break, and we'll be right back after this brief message. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football. As I said, brought to you by Direct Workforce Carolina. We only have one report tonight. That's from Brockway. Braden Smith will not be playing tonight. He has a hamstring pull. So that's the only report we have to for you tonight. And now we're ready for the starting lineup. I want to remind you that the starting lineup is brought to you by Brockway Floral Boutique. Start an occasion of any size, manner, or day off right with a lineup of arrangements and flowers. Visit the Brockway Floral Boutique in shop or Facebook or give them a call. And now with our starting lineups, here's Max.
Oh, okay, so let's start with the away team, the Brockway Rovers. A couple changes tonight. Number 2, Ben Glassel will be starting for us. Number 13, Austin Schmader will be a wide receiver tight end combo. Same with number 15, Peyton Maurer. The switch tonight, number 16, Connor Ford will be playing a running back wide receiver combo. And number 31, Jonathan Wood's going to be our quarterback tonight. Number 43, Nick Porn, running back again. And our offensive line tonight is number 61, Gavin Thompson. Number 64, Cameron Faust. Number 75, Ethan Ward. Number 77, Owen Johnson. Number 79, Isaac Painter. And number 57, Garrett Faust will be getting in there to the line tonight as well. Now for your home team, the Ridgway Johnsonburg Elkers, we kind of have a split in the running back there. We have number 2, Gabe Watts, number 3, Paul Greshko, and number 4, Matt Dush. They're all going to be running backs for tonight for Ridgway. Then we have number 30, Jake Wickett, number 35, Tyler Watts, number 44, Austin Green, number 53, Dan Park, number 54, Greg Simon, number 56, Robert Briggs, number 82, Alex Bond, number 62, Cole Kilhofer, and number 71, Connor Grazioli.
Okay, thank you, Max. We have the captains out in the center of the field right now. We don't know what the result of the toss will be, of course, as yet. We'll let you know in just a moment. And again, our starting lineup is sponsored by Brockway Floral Boutique. Well, nice crowd here tonight on this senior night. They could not have programmed a better night for senior night, and they have a lot of seniors this year they had to recognize, not only of the football team, which is 17 or 18 of them, but also band members and cheerleaders and so forth. Okay, the result of the toss, it looks like the Brockway Rovers will receive from our down here at our left. The Elkers will kick off from our right, and we're about ready to get this one underway from just a beautiful place in the country, isn't it, over here at Ridgway?
Yeah, now we were talking to some of the people from Ridgway tonight. When it gets more into the fall, they say when the leaves change and the sun sets, it gets this beautiful glow out here. And I can tell you right now, some of the looking out over the nature over there looks really beautiful tonight. And I have to say, it seems like every night that we do a game together, the weather's absolutely beautiful. Last week in Kane, it was kind of cold and windy, so tonight it's kind of nice to have no breeze whatsoever and good temperature for us.
Well, it was a little strange listening to that on the radio and not being there, but I was not quite ready to take a trip to Kane last week, having only been a week out of surgery. So this week feeling a little bit better, and it is just amazing what modern health technology can do today. You know, they could take a piece of your bone out and put something else in, and everything works. You know, so it's a great thing. Okay, so we're about ready to get this one underway, and of course Brockway coming in this one with a record of 0-4. They're looking to get back in the win category here, and the Elkers are 3-1. Lost to Kane by just 4 points last week, and so they want to get back in the win category as well. John Wood is back there deep. He's back there with number 16, I believe, if I can pick up his number. The ball went short, and it's going to be picked up there by
number 22, Jacob Baird. Got the recovery there and just quickly kneeled down for the Rovers at the 35-yard line.
Okay, so we're ready to get going from the 35-yard line. It will be the Rovers moving from our left to our right. We can't talk about the creek tonight or the park, so we have to say our left and our right. John Wood again back there, quarterback. Bourne is back there with him. We've got a split to the near side, a slot to the far side. First snap of the game, and Wood will keep it himself, looking for some running room, and finds some across the left side, still on his feet. He's across midfield and still on his feet inside the 45-yard line, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds there just about the 40, let's see where they're going to mark it, somewhere around the 44-yard line, I believe.
Yeah, that was a very good run for John Wood. A good way to start off the game for him as his quarterback. His read option again, and it seems like the Brockway loves doing that. And John Wood did a good job kicking to the outside, get a good gain there.
And that's our first advanced auto first down on the very first play from scrimmage, and this is what the Elkers were worried about. Okay, a split to the near side again, and a jet motion to the near side, and that Wood is going to keep it again right up the center this time, but doesn't find a whole lot of running room. He'll be stopped there about the, let's call it the 41-yard line.
Yeah, two more yards there for the Brockway Rovers. That's a pretty good start for them. Keep it going. Get a touchdown here to start the game would be really nice for them.
Okay, Connor Ford is back there. He's playing the H-back where John Wood would usually play. Sometimes he'd be out in the slot as well. As to the near side, I think that is Glassel. Slot to the far side. Second down now, and 8 to go for the Rovers from the 41-yard line of the Elkers. John Wood takes the snap, handed off to Connor Ford. He's off the left side, and he runs into a wall over there, and that will be very little gain. They might give him 1 to the 40-yard line. That's going to bring up a third down and about 7 for the Rovers.
Yeah, Ford didn't really have any much running room there. There was 2 Ridgway defenders right there waiting for him to come through. I'm wondering tonight how he's going to be as a runner, because I know he likes to go to the outside occasionally. So seeing him in the backfield, maybe he can try to kick it out every once in a while.
And they've got Porn, who is normally in the backfield. He's out there at the slot to the far side this time. The near side is Glassel on a split. John Wood calling signals. Glassell is in jet motion. And Wood will keep it himself. And he's got running room. And it looks like he will make the line of gain across the 35 to about the 34-yard line. That'd be another advanced disposal first down.
Hey, that's a good way to see right there, converting on third down for the Rovers. That they had a hard time last week doing it. So I think this is a good sign for them tonight to get their first third down conversion going. Good for them.
And I'll tell you what, he's doing that with a lot of Elkers in the box also. So you're going to see about 9 guys in the box. They're not worried about the passing game as far as Brockway is concerned, but they are a little concerned about the run game.
Yeah, I guess we can wait and see about that, but he's doing a good job tonight running right through all those defenders.
They can't stop it. You keep running it. Slot to the far side now. Split to the near side. And John Wood again on the carry, looking for some running room there, and he will make it to about the 30-yard line. So a nice gain there. Looks to be about, well, let's give him about 3, maybe a long 4. It's going to bring up a second down now and about 6.5 or 7.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting now because it just makes me think they're kind of like in a wildcat formation with him like running everything. But I hope they pass it here soon because I'm really excited to see what's going to happen there for them.
Well, they've been successful on the run, and of course we know that sets up the passing game, and so we expect to see that at some point. They've got Connor Ford again back there with, it's Pora now back there, and in motion is Ford, and Wood is back to pass, and no one was really open there. That ball kind of went into the dirt about the 20-yard line, so that's going to bring up a third down now, and about let's call it at least 7 yards for the Rovers. Ball sitting on the about the 30-yard line of the Elkers.
Yeah, so his first pass there, you like you said at the beginning of the game, he has a really strong arm there. He bolted right through there. Unfortunately, he was short of a receiver there, so hopefully he can shore up and get a completion pass here if they're going to pass it here on third down.
Yeah, he's not the quintessential quarterback. Doesn't have a great mechanics and throwing, but he does have a strong arm. And it is third down now and 7. John Wood back there, split to the near side, slot to the far side again, and looking to run it is Wood around the left side. But he's hit almost immediately, and looks like he might get back to the line of scrimmage at about the 30-yard line. It's going to bring up a fourth down now for the Rovers, as they are around the 30. I guess they're putting it at about the 30.5-yard line.
Yeah, that was unfortunate to see there running it there on third down. John Wood tried to kick it to the outside, but Ridgway, the defender, was right there to meet him and tackle him for a yard loss. Fourth down here is a big chance for them to keep this drive going. Okay,
wide split by Glassell to the near side this time. Again, Brockway moving from our left to our right. They're at the 31.5-yard line of the Elkers. John Wood calling signals. In motion is Ford. And Wood will keep it himself, and he will be tackled almost immediately as he gets inside the 30-yard line to about the 29, and the Elkers will take over for their first offensive series.
Even though they didn't convert there on fourth down, I think this at least gave them a nice tempo that I was talking about at the beginning of the game. I mean, they converted a third down on their first drive. That's something they didn't get to do last week in Kane until, I think, the second half. So hopefully at least that drive there, they can build some kind of momentum. And their defense, they can shore up. They got a strong defense here to see if we can get a 3-and-out here against Ridgway.
Okay, the Elkers moving from our right to our left now. Jet motion, and hand off to the jet motion man. That is number 4, I do believe, and that is Goosh. And he will be very close to the line of gain, but about 1 yard short. So that'll bring up a second down now at about the 37-yard line for the Elkers.
Yeah, Dush did a good job getting a 9-yard gain there. Nick Porn did a good job bringing him down after he broke a couple tackles.
Gresco is back there, quarterback. He is a senior. Back there with him is number 35. That is Watts. He also is a senior, so a senior-dominated team over here. And one thing I can say, Max, about about Ridgway, they're really excited about what's going on here tonight. I mean, whether it be the cheerleaders or the crowd here, and we've got the kind of like cowbells ringing down here in front of us. We hope that doesn't go on while we're trying to wait for come back from a commercial, because we can't hear, can't hear the studio. But they're pretty excited about it with working on a winning season here. That's number 35 taking across the far side. That's Watts, and he will be stopped short of the line of gain, which is about, well, it's going to be close, very close, because the line of gain is just short of the 40-yard line. Looks like he got there, and that may well be another advanced disposal first down. And I believe...
Oh, they're going to make it a fourth down. Oh, wait, what's he doing over there?
He's playing with the cars. It is a first down. Yep, first down at the about the 39.5-yard line of the Elkers. Again, they are moving from our right to our left. Their first offensive series.
There's the Ridgway fans for you. They're always loud, especially when they play against Brockway.
Austin Green now coming to the near side. There's Plot to the near side right now. Resco calling the signals. Back to pass, looking downfield, and he launches a long one. And he's got a receiver out there. That's number 30, makes the catch at the 20-yard line, and he will go all the way. And that is Cowan. He is a senior as well. And so, with 7:26 remaining in the first period, the Elkers will score. I think the score is 6-0.
There must have been some kind of broken coverage there in the secondary because he was wide open over there. Good pass there for number 3 for Ridgway, getting over top of our secondary there. Looks like we're going to have to fight the fire siren tonight when we get after a Ridgway touchdown.
Well, I think so. I think folks at home can hear that siren pretty well also. But, yes, that was number 30 out there. I believe that, was that Wickett?
Yep, Jake Wickett.
Jake Wickett. And the extra point is good. And so with 7:26 remaining in the first period is the Elkers 7, Brockway nothing, and we'll be back with the Elker kickoff right after these messages. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football. Yeah, right the time of that score.
At First Bite.
The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
To John Wood, and so Baird covers the ball at about the 37-yard line. The Elkers will start there with their second offensive series. Did a good job the first time around in running the ball, but stalled out around the 30-yard line. So let's see what they can do here as we have Ben Gleisel coming to the near side. And we have a split to the far side. John Wood back there at quarterback. So we've got a tight end in the game right now. Let's see what they do from this particular formation. Connor Ford with a carry over the left side. Gets a few yards over there as he'll cross the 40-yard line and come out to about the 41-yard line and bring up a 2nd down and 8 for the Rovers.
Yeah, Brockway's continuing with that rush attack against Ridgway. Unlike Kane, though, Ridgway's only really got 8 in the box, so that probably helps their rushing attack a little bit here. Hopefully they can get some big plays here in their running attack.
Well, defensively, Wickett is playing back there. He's just a lone safety back there, so obviously they are playing the run all the way here. And I don't blame them. It's the right thing to do. 2nd down now, about, let's call it about 7.5, as Wood will bring it to the near side and will be dropped there at about the, let's call it the 45, just about the 45-yard line. So 45-yard line, Rovers moving from our left to our right. And it's going to get even more difficult, I think, to run the football as the Elker defense adjusts to that run game.
Yeah, especially with they do got some big boys there. But we were talking to the Ridgway coach at the end of the game. They got some quick guys there too. So once they get those adjustments, some of those defenders will possibly know where to go when Brockway starts running the ball a bit more.
Well, linebackers start filling those gaps, and it'd be pretty hard to find a place to go as we have a 3rd down now. 3rd down and about 3.5 or 4 for the Rovers. John Wood back there at quarterback, and he will just take the ball and take it straight ahead. And he's close to the line of gain, but they're going to mark him, I think, perhaps a little short. Nope, they're going to give him an advanced disposal 1st down. So a 1st down for Brockway, and so they're on the move once again as they did during their first series.
Yeah, that's awesome because it looked like Wood got tripped by one of his linemen when he was trying to reach for the 1st down, but looks like the refs gave him a good spot there to give him a 1st down. So keep this drive going, keep converting for Brockway. That'd be great.
Okay, so we got trips on the near side. Schmader's out there, Ford is out there, Glassel's out there as well. One split to the far side, so we have trips on the near side, one single split to the far side. H-back in the backfield, and in motion That's jet motion is forward, and Wood will keep the ball, and he will bring it out to cross midfield, out to about the 46, 47-yard line of the Elkers, and that'll bring up a second down and about 4.5 for the Rovers.
Yeah, what I keep liking about Wood is even once he gets hit the first time, he keeps chugging those legs and keeps pushing forward, because originally he probably would have only had a 4-yard gain, but he kept going and got a 6-yard gain.
Well, he's strong and determined.
Yep.
See, Stewart is in the game offensively also. Stewart is just a freshman, but really good-looking freshman. He's 6 feet tall, 170 pounds, so he's going to move out now to the far side in that they've got a double slot this time, and so he'll be the split to the far side. Bourne in the backfield along with John Wood. Glassell is to the near side as well. A little mess up in the backfield, and Wood's going to be hit. Perhaps got back to the line of scrimmage, so they'll bring up a third down now. So it'll be a third down and about 4 for the Rovers. We're at 4:27 on a moving clock here. The Elkers 7 and Brockway 0.
Yeah, Wood didn't have much room to go there. Ridgway quickly filled up the gaps there in Brockway's offensive line, but I'd say here's a big third down for the Rovers to convert here, keep this offense going, and put some points on the board for us.
Okay, double slot formation again. John Wood back there waiting for we got movement line of scrimmage, and that's going to take the ball back 5 yards. Illegal motion by the Rovers.
Yeah, that was a big thing last week in Kane. They converted a couple third downs, but the problem there was they had penalties that brought them back. Hopefully this isn't a continuation from last week, and they can limit some of those big penalties on third down and even fourth down as well.
That was Austin Schmader. Got started a little bit early. A nice-looking sophomore, 6'1", 150 pounds. Double slot formation again. Glassell is to the near side. Brockway moving from our left to our right here in the first period with 7:47 on a moving clock. They're down 7-0 to the Elkers. John Wood back to pass. Big rush back there. And he will get the ball off, and that's going to go to Ford, and he's got the ball on the far side. Got some running room over there, and looks like he'll make the line of gain, and he does. Inside the 40-yard line to about the 39, I think they will mark it. Depending where he might have gone out of bounds, they may mark it right at the 40-yard line. But there's a play at work. Then, John Wood, who's not been playing the quarterback position, made a good play over there as he faked the defender up in the air and then was able to run around him so that he could get the pass off and was able to get to Connor Ford.
Yeah, that was a beautiful job there, because I was just waiting for the Ridgway defender again. Then he pump faked him, got him right up in the air, and it just dished it off to Ford. And Ford did a good job, running to the outside as his thing, and ended up picking the first down up for the Rovers.
Well, it's Ford in the slot here on the near side, along with the split is Glassell. We have a slot to the far side as well. And we have a jet motion. That's Porn. And looks like John Wood will keep it himself and go straight ahead. So
Yeah,
I was just going to say it looks pretty obvious what Brockway's attempting to do. Most of the time, John was going to carry the football, and a lot of times he's going to take it straight ahead with the big guys up front just going straight ahead, man-on-man blocking.
Yeah, he already has 11 carries tonight, which is a lot in the first quarter, but he's doing a good job of penetrating right through the Ridgway's defensive line and picking up a couple yards. He's had positive yards in almost all of his carries tonight.
Yeah, quarterbacks usually don't like to run the ball quite that often. Of course, he's a running back.
Yeah, he's not afraid.
That's right. Get jet motion against Porn. And there's
option.
a pitch out there, a little option play, which is a little something new. And that I'm trying to see who that went to. I think
Connor Ford.
Connor Ford with the option play there. That will bring up a third down now.
Yeah, that might be something they try to utilize, especially since Wood's been carrying it a lot. Try to keep that option there that once they crash on Wood, he can just dish it out, and hopefully whoever gets the ball can get some more positive yards from it.
We haven't seen the RPO yet, so the run-pass option we haven't tried yet, but that takes a little timing in the backfield, and Connor Ford has been doing it all year. John Wood has not. Trips to the near side this time, split to the far side. Back to pass is John Wood getting rushed back there, and he tries to run with it, and he'll be tackled right at the 40-yard line. So big loss on the play to bring it back to the 40-yard line and bring it back to fourth down now.
Now, what I like to see from Wood there is he was starting to get pressure, and he immediately tucked that ball, which I like to see, especially since last week they had 3 fumbles. So once he got into stress, he just tucked that ball in instead of risking fumbling it. He made sure that Brockway can keep it for fourth down and try to convert.
Okay, and we're going to see a punt here as Lewis Painter is back to punt. He is a junior, 5'11", 230. Going to hit it from the 50-yard line and coming toward the near side hash mark. Going to bounce around there a little bit. Elkers will let it go. And they will down the ball. Brockway will down the ball, and it's going to be somewhere around the 11-yard line. And so the Elkers will have their second possession from there. If you're just joining us, we've got 1-4 and a stop clock right now in the first period. The Elkers are up 7-0 on a beautiful evening from beautiful, I was going to say downtown. We're not exactly downtown, but we're still kind of in town. But it's really a beautiful place right here in Ridgway. Okay, well, I've got 4 2x4s in front of me right now, so I'm going to try to get best view I can as the Elkers will start at their own 11-yard line. They've got a slot to the near side, a split to the far side, and they are under center. They got jet motion, and that looked bad from the very beginning, as in motion for them was number 30. That was Wicket.
No, I can't tell if that was a false start or illegal motion. Looks like it's offsides on Brockway.
Okay, so there's 5 yards the easy way, as we say.
Yeah, and we've known from some of the last couple of games is those front 4 for Brockway can be pretty aggressive. So it's smart for Ridgway to use that hard count there to try to pull them off sides, because we've seen each week that those defenders like to try to jump the snap.
Okay, we have Bond on the near side this time, a split, and the handoff's going to go right up the middle. And I think that is going to be Wicket, number 30 on the carry. Let's wait and see. He'll bring it out, I think, to somewhere around the 15-yard line. So up to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, Brockway did a good job there, gang tackling. I'd like to say a couple names that in there. Seth Stewart, I think Ben Glass were in there, but there were 4 or 5 Rovers right there to hold him up and stop him for only a 3-yard gain.
Okay, so second down now, and looks like to be a long 1 or 2 yards to go for the Elkers to reach the line of gain. Split to the near side, and there's a pitch into the backfield that goes to number 2, and that is Watts. But I don't think he's going to make it to the stick. I think he went out of bounds over there, so let's wait and see. Apparently he did reach the line of gain. That's another advanced disposal first down, so the Elkers will have the ball at about the, let's call it the 17-yard line.
That's a bit unfortunate, because it looked like Connor Ford had a chance to tackle him in the backfield. Just didn't get the opportunity to bring him down quick enough to stop him from getting the first down.
Well, you know, the Elkers with Johnsonburg added to their group here have a nice number on the team. I think we said 47 max, and they got a pile of cheerleaders too, and they've got young cheerleaders down here, and they really get excited about this game. And as we said, it's sometimes hard to hear because they make a whole lot of noise right down here in front of us.
Yeah, I mean, I know that from history, playing against Ridgway my whole life. I know that their fans, anytime they play Brockway, they're always loud, they're always excited, and try to give their team their best cheering effort.
Okay, we have a timeout on the field. That is the end of the first period. And at the end of the first period is Elker 7, Brockway 0. And we'll be back with the start of the second period right after these messages. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football.
Clyde Ferrero and Company, certified public accountants, are proud to sponsor Brockway Rovers football. High school sports teach young people how to work together, win or lose, and be committed to achieving a common goal. Clyde Ferrero and Company encourages you to support our team, fill the stands, and root them on to victory. Brockway has a lot of spirit, and they show it by supporting our young people. Good luck, Rovers, from the professionals at Clyde Ferrero and Company, certified public accountants.
Hi, this is Mike at DeLulo Transport. Due to our continued growth, DeLulo Transport has immediate openings for multiple positions, including non-CDL package delivery drivers, driver helpers, owner-operators, and diesel mechanics. DeLulo Transport is a local family-owned business dedicated to our area and to providing reliable, dedicated transportation services to our customers. We were named 2018 Small Business of the Year and voted Best Trucking and Hauling in the Tri-County area. If you're interested in joining our team, give us a call at 814-503-4131, stop by the office at 349 Du Bois Street, or find us at delulotransport.com.
The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
We're about ready to start the second period from Ridgway, where the score is Ridgway 7 and Brockway 0. I want to remind you, save up to 50% on food, fun, and more with Du Bois Big Deals. Shop local, buy local, save big. Shop DuBoisBigDeals.com and save what you can save today. Okay, Ridgway now moving from our left to our right. It is first and 5 from their own 23-yard line. Still a beautiful evening, clear skies. Great night for football here on this Friday night. Split to the near side, split to the far side now. I formation for the Elkers, looking downfield. And man is open, but just a little too far. That is number 44 trying to reach out. That's Austin Green on that pass from from Gresco. Beautifully thrown ball, but just a little bit too far for Green.
Yeah, Green had put a really good effort there right there at the end, diving for it. It looked like he maybe had a chance to get it, but with that diving motion, it's kind of hard to catch a ball if you're familiar with that. But Ridgway's doing a smart thing on there on offense is going deep with their passing because he's throwing it up, and the wide receivers are getting good separation from our secondary.
Yeah, the receiver reminded me of you in your younger days when you were playing tight end, as you stretch out for the ball. Okay, for my formation, the tailback will get the ball. That is number 2, I believe, and that is going to be Gabe Watts. He is a junior, and he will reach the line of gain, so it'll be an Elker first down. Another advanced disposal first down. If you're just joining us, we are just starting into the second period, 11:40 on a running clock here. The Elkers are up by a score of 7-0, and they're starting to look like they want to move that ball on the ground from their I formation. That quarterback is Gresco. Number 3 is a senior quarterback. Again, back to the tailback is Watts, and he's got running room there, and he's got that far sideline, and only Glassell is in his way, and Glassell cannot get him, but from behind comes let's see who that is.
That was Seth Stewart. That was number 27 for the Rovers, chasing after him, bringing him down. He did a good job not giving up on that play. It seemed like he covered a lot of ground there to bring him down.
Well, he saved a touchdown for sure, as Watts was on his way, and but it'll be another advanced disposal, first down and 10 now from the Rovers 20-yard line. That didn't take much time to get from down here at the 17-yard line, or 33-yard line rather, down to the Rovers 20-yard line. And there's a right at the middle again, and this time it's number 35. He's got room along that left side, and so he will score. And so with 10:46 remaining in the second period, the Elkers will score again, and here comes the siren. I believe that is Tyler Watts that had to carry that time.
Yeah, it seems like the Watt, I don't know if they're brothers or not, but the Watt brothers are doing some of the damage on the ground for Ridgway.
Well, they certainly have, I don't know what the amps are like, but the Watts are doing pretty good here tonight.
I feel like I have to scream into the microphone to have you listeners back home even hear me.
Oh, I know, it gets loud, but yeah, they're making a lot of noise, that's for sure. Okay, so the extra point upcoming right now. And I don't know, can you see that number? I'm looking through the 2x4s here. So
I think it's number 3 for Ridgway, Paul Breshko, yeah.
Yeah, quarterback, yeah, and that is good. So with 10:46 remaining here in the first half, it is Elkers 14, Brockway 0. And we'll be back with the Elkers kickoff right after these messages. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football.
Well known for providing the hottest styles in formal wear and tuxedos, but sometimes a suit is all you need for a homecoming or a semi-formal dance. Joe's Tuck Shop in downtown Du Bois has suit rentals with ties and vests to match any dress. So when you need to look your best, just go to Joe's. Joe's Tuck Shop, West Long Avenue, downtown Du Bois, a proud supporter of Brockway Rover football, making guys look great for 50 years.
Fall in Western Pennsylvania. Football season. Faraschetti & Sons Incorporated is pleased to be a part of the tradition associated with this time of year. And that football tradition includes Brockway football. Faraschetti & Sons Incorporated is pleased to have their company headquarters in Brockway and proud of the various business entities that are a part of the Faraschetti team. They encourage you to get out and support the Rovers, both at home and on the road, and are pleased to be one of the supporters of this Rovers broadcast.
The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
Okay, we are back. Just remind you, for the latest in Rovers coverage, follow us on Facebook by searching Sunny 106. Okay, here's a kickoff. It's short again, and it'll be down there about the 20, well, let's call it the 27-yard line. And so the Rovers will start their third offensive series from there. Thus far, they have done a decent job on the run, and basically it's been pretty much all John Wood.
Yeah, he has 11 carries tonight. I've already said in the first quarter, but one of the things I'm happy about is that they've at least converted on a third down on each one of the drives, so that's a positive here. So hopefully this time in the second quarter they can keep those third down conversions once they get there going, or maybe even try not to even get in a third down situation for them. But they're doing a good job at least pushing the ball downfield, giving them at least a decent chance of scoring.
Well, John has as a young offensive line in front of him, and so it's difficult for him right now. But We have a trip to the near side this time as the Rovers will start with the first down. They're moving now from our right to our left since we are in the second period. And in motion is Ford to the far side. Wood going to roll to our near side here, looking to pass, and he gets it out there, and it's caught by Glassel at about the 35-yard line, and he's got the line of gain all the way out here to about the, let's call it the 46-yard line. So a nice pitch and catch right there from John Wood to Ford, and they come up with the first down.
Yeah, it was a good strong pass from Wood right on the sidelines for Glassel. Glassel did a good job catching that ball, doing a little spin, getting past the Ridgway defender, moving upfield for a first down. So maybe that's their key to success on the passing offense is short, quick passes, giving their receivers a chance to dodge some tackles.
Well, they're certainly not going to get time to throw the ball long downfield. There's no doubt about that. The rush has been too great. Ford is to the near side this time. Glassel is to the far side. And a double slot. John Wood looking for a place to run. He does find a little gap there, and he makes his way through almost to the 50-yard line, about the 49-yard line. And one thing that John is doing is that he's waiting behind this big offensive line until he finds a place that he can run, and then he just goes ahead and runs. So he's being very patient.
Yeah, not to talk about him, but that makes me think of Le'Veon Bell a little bit. His style was just wait for that offensive line to open up a hole, and he'd just shoot right through it. And Wood's doing a good job of just being patient. And once he finds that hole, he picks up positive yards. That's a good thing to see here with the Rover offense because they've had a couple mishaps in the last couple games where negative yards really hurt them there.
Okay, 2nd and 6 for the Rovers. Ball resting at the their own 49-yard line. We have Wood back there along with the H-back, and that's going to be Connor Ford. He's got the ball, and we'll try to bring it around this near side. The tackle right there. He might get a yard out of it. They're going to mark it at the 50-yard line, so that will bring up a third down now. That's going to be a 3rd down and 5 from the 50-yard line.
Yeah, not much for Ford there on the outside. It looked for a second he was going to have a chance to get a couple positive rush yards there, but there was 2 Ridgway guys there that quickly closed the gap and brought him down for a 1-yard gain.
Okay, Barrett is out here. He's split wide. We've got a slot to the far side. John Wood again calling the signal, standing at about the 45-yard line. Porn is in motion. Wood back to pass, rolling to his right. And he's going to get hemmed in back there, and he's going to be dropped. Nobody open downfield. And one thing about the passing game, Max, is you've got to get separation if you are a receiver, or it makes it a very long night for the quarterback.
Yeah, and especially that seems like what's going to be happening to Wood tonight because it seems like every passing play, one of the opposite side, Ridgway edge guys are just bringing right behind Wood. At least he's still being smart when he feels that pressure of tucking it in. But hopefully some of these receivers later in the game can get some separation, get some positive yards for the Rovers, get some big plays.
Okay, punting situation as Painter will hit it about the 35-yard line. He'll be caught down there. I'm trying to get a number, I believe.
Number 30.
The number 30, that's Wicket, yes. And Wicket has got a Wicket run going on right now as you bring it across the field, across the 50-yard line, all the way down to the 30-yard line. So a great run back by Wicket. And out come the Cowbells.
We're going to be fighting them all night. Ben Glassel did a good job there at the end of that run there to bring him down by himself. Went right after his legs and just kind of gator rolled him right to the ground. So at least we can see some positives there, some good open field tackling for the Rovers. But they got to do a better job of that first contact, bringing them down and not letting extra yards get gained.
Well, we have our first timeout of the game right now, and I want to remind you that this timeout is brought to you by U Water and Holt Drilling of Brockway. If you think they're just another water company, then you're just all wet. And we'll be back to Ridgway, where Ridgway leads it 14-0. Right after these messages, you're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football.
Superior Energy Resources in Brockway is a Verichetti family business that supports and services the shell and conventional oil and gas industries. Superior supplies rig mats, gas field services, hot shot services, tanks, fabrication hoses and fittings, as well as machinery and equipment for the construction, mining, and oil field industries. Call 814-265-1080 or email sales@serllc.co. Superior Energy Resources, solutions to help you move forward.
Joe's Tuck Shop is well known for providing the hottest styles in formal wear and tuxedos, but sometimes a suit is all you need for a homecoming or a semi-formal dance. Joe's Tuck Shop in downtown Du Bois has suit rentals with ties and vests to match any dress. So when you need to look your best, just go to Joe's. Joe's Tuck Shop, West Long Avenue, downtown Du Bois, a proud supporter of Brockway Rover football, making guys look great, for 50 years.
The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
Okay, we are back. I want to remind you to watch the game live online at Sunny 106 FM with our new live video stream, courtesy of Stars Trailer Sales and Rogos Auto Sales. Well, that first play by the Elkers, they had a hold on that play, so they'll be marched back, and so they're going to place the ball at about the Elkers, about the Brockway 31-32 yard line. And so there's a good break. In fact, no, I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm looking at one official, but the other official had the ball down here, so it gets walked off. It's back here at the, let's call it the 31-yard line, I guess. Or I'm sorry, the 41, 42.
42, I'd say.
Yeah, about the 42-yard line.
That was an interesting first play for them because I think they were in the wing formation. They played a double reverse out of it. It's kind of cool to see that.
Yeah, they will do the wing, that's for sure. They're in the shotgun right now as Gresko's back there. In motion is number 35, and number 35 for the Elkers is going to be Watts, and there is another penalty, and that's going to go against Brockway this time. So we've had two successive penalties now, and so the ball is moved up inside the 40-yard line to about the 37, so we're going to call it the 37-yard line. So it's going to be first down and about 15 now for the Elkers.
And I don't think the coaches were happy there because it looked like Cameron Faust and Jack Adair came in there for two of the Rovers defenders there, so they might be trying to limit those offsides penalties.
Okay, Gresko's back to pass, looking downfield. He's got plenty of time, and looks like it could be a flag, and there is on the play, as I believe Glassell was there just a little bit too early.
Oh, yeah, he tackled Wicket there to the ground well before that ball even came in. I was surprised at first because no ref threw the flag there, and then finally the ref on our near side here threw the flag all the way out there.
Yeah, that would. In fact, that was a good throw by the ref, don't you think?
Yeah, he almost. I don't know how far that was, but he almost hit them where they were at.
Yeah, pretty good.
With his left hand. I don't even know if he's left-handed.
Pretty good arm. Okay, so they're going to walk it off against Brockway right now. That's going to give the Elkers a first down inside the 25-yard line down to about the 23-yard line. And so they're going to set up shop there. And it'll be another advanced disposal first down via that particular penalty. And so one thing the Elkers can do, Max, is they can throw a lot of different offenses at you, from the spread to the I formation to the wing to the wing T. They can do all kinds of stuff, and I think it's a good idea to have a lot of arrows in your quiver.
Yeah, especially against a young defense, kind of keep them on their toes and not exactly know what's going to be coming at them.
Okay, they're back in the shotgun right now, and they've got a double slot formation. They're moving from our left to our right. Gresko with a quick pass out there to the far side, and the reception is made, and still on his feet is number, I think, is that 87 out there?
I think that was 44 Austin Green that had the ball.
Oh, was it 44? Okay.
Yeah, 44 Austin Green for Ridgway.
Okay, he's a tall receiver.
Yeah.
I lost him in my 2x4s that are in front of me right here. So when they make these press boxes, they don't always make them so that will accommodate.
Yeah, visual friendly.
Okay, it is a first down and 8 now for the Elkers. 6:58 on a running clock now in the first half. They're up 14-0 against Brockway. Gresko back to pass again, and he's got a man out there, and the catch is made. And I believe that is Green again, so that is Green, and he will score with 6:50 remaining in the first half. That makes it 20-0 now in favor of the Elkers. And there's our siren, and it's right down here in front of us.
You know what, I didn't even realize that. I thought it was behind us. That explains why it's been so loud. But the crazy thing I was going to mention is it seems like all the passes that Ridgway's been doing tonight, in the pregame, we actually got to watch Ridgway do some passing drills, and it seems like they've been utilizing, I think it was the out, the post, and the fly have been the three, and right there, the out was the big culprit right there for the Ridgway touchdown.
Okay, Gresko will attempt the extra point here. It is up. He's got a pretty good leg, and it is good. And so with 6:50 remaining in the first half, it's the Elkers 21. And the Rovers from Brockway 0, and we'll be back with the Elkers kickoff right after these messages. You are listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football.
Hi, this is Mike at DeLulo Transport. Due to our continued growth, DeLulo Transport has immediate openings for multiple positions, including non-CDL package delivery drivers, driver helpers, owner-operators, and diesel mechanics. DeLulo Transport is a local family-owned business dedicated to our area and to providing reliable, dedicated transportation services to our customers. We were named 2018 Small Business of the Year and voted Best Trucking and Hauling in the Tri-County area. If you're interested in joining our team, give us a call at 814-503-4131, stop by the office at 349 DuBois Street, or find us at delulotransport.com.
When it comes time to buy your next car, truck, or SUV, there's only one place to go. Johnson Motors. You're sure to find just what you want at a price that'll surprise you. Check out the new Buick and GMC models, rugged and tough new Silverado and Equinox, or the top safety pick, Subaru. Plus, Johnson Motors has an incredible pre-owned selection and the lower 40, a variety of bargain-priced vehicles. Stop today, drive today. Celebrating 60 great years in DuBois. Johnson Motors. Online at johnsonauto.com.
The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
Okay, we're back. 6:50 remaining here in the first half. Elkers up 21-0 as John will take the kickoff at the far side. In fact, let's see, what was that? Glassell.
That was Ben Glassell.
Yeah, Ben Glassell, number 2, and he gets the kickoff. And they're going to mark him down at about the 23-yard line, so the Rovers will have their opportunity from there offensively. But offensively, there's not been a whole lot going on except John Wood running the football.
Yeah, the one thing, though, that they haven't been hurting themselves too bad. They've been converting. They just haven't been converting enough on offense. So I still like the tempo that they have. I'm just hoping eventually they can get a big play here to help them get on the board.
Okay, Schmader and Porter are out here, and they split in the slot on this side, and H-back back there, I believe, is Ford, and they're going to give it to him, and he'll go straight ahead, and he will find not a whole lot of room there, but will make it across the 25-yard line to about the 26-yard line, which will bring up second down, and let's call it 6.
Yeah, I'm still liking what I'm seeing from the offenses. They're getting positive yards usually in every single play. Unfortunately, they're just not big enough for them to get a first down. So I'm probably going to keep stressing big plays here for this offense. Hopefully they can find a hole on the outside to get some more bigger yards.
Okay, slot on their side again, split to the slot to the far side as well. So get that double slot formation. Brock moving from our right to our left. There's jet motion. That is Glassell, but it's going to be kept by John Wood, and John Wood will get nowhere. In fact, he will lose perhaps a little bit of yardage there. They're going to mark it.
Basically back at the line of scrimmage.
Looks like it's pretty close to the line of scrimmage, but looked to me like he didn't get past the line of scrimmage, but it's going to be third down, more importantly, and third down at least 9.5 for the first down for the Rovers. And this game is a game of first downs. I mean, if you can keep getting third downs, I think of the New England Patriots. They love making third downs. They get that slot receiver and they make third downs and just march down the field.
Yeah.
Okay. Trips to the near side. John Wood looking for someone to throw the ball to, and tends to get to Glassell out here at the 35-yard line, and no good.
Yeah, there's a little bit of contact. It looked like Ben Glassell got hit there. He's on the ground. I'm not sure exactly what's wrong with him, but the refs are blowing it up. He might possibly be injured here.
We got, looks like a calf cramp right now, and they're trying to get that thing worked out right there at the 35-yard line. And so we have a timeout on the field for injury, and we will be back to Ridgway right after these messages. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football.
Clyde Ferrero and Company certified public accountants are proud to sponsor Brockway Rovers football. High school sports teach young people how to work together, win or lose, and be committed to achieving a common goal. Clyde Ferrero and Company encourages you to support our team, fill the stands, and root them on to victory. Brockway has a lot of spirit, and they show it by supporting our young people. Good luck, Rovers, from the professionals at Clyde Ferrero and Company certified public accountants.
So, where are we going?
Brockway.
Why are we driving all the way to Brockway?
Because it's worth it.
Worth it?
We're going to Glasstown Pizza. Their food is that good. Mamma mia, their Italian specialties are amazing. Plus, their flatbreads, hoagies, specialty burgers, and seafood are out of this world. You know I love mushrooms.
Yup.
Well, Glasstown cuts them up fresh, not canned. Makes my sandwich so much better.
Got their menu up on my phone. GlasstownPizzaPA.com. It is worth a drive. Let's go.
Glasstown Pizzeria, 5th Avenue, downtown Brockway. Love at first bite.
The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
Okay, we are back. Bill Edwards along with Max Renda. And there's a punt by Brockway, and that ball's going to hit right at the 40-yard line. It's going to be picked up there, and that is
Wicket again.
Wicket again, and he's got another wicket run back. Walker's in front of him, and he's still on his feet inside the 20-yard line, and he may go all the way, and I believe he does. The last one that had a chance was the kicker, and that was Painter. Could not get him, and so with 4:57 remaining in the first half, it's now 27 for the Elkers and 0 for Brockway.
Yeah, that was huge there for Ridgway, just returning it. That punt back. Wickett's just he's a strong runner. He gets hit, he keeps going. There's a couple of times where he lost balance and was able to quickly regain it and then jet right back upfield.
Yeah, from the 60-yard return by Wicket on that punt by Painter to make it 27-0. And if you're hearing that siren at home, it's right directly in front of us. So we have difficulty hearing ourselves. Okay, the extra point is good. It's 28-0 with 4:57 remaining in the first half. And we'll be back with the Elker kickoff right after these messages. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football.
More Propane in Falls Creek, your locally owned family-operated propane supplier, is proud to sponsor this Brockway football game. More Propane knows how important teamwork is, both on and off the field. The More Propane team works together every day to deliver propane to heat your home, power your business, or fuel your farm. Teamwork is involved to make this happen safely, reliably, and most importantly, affordable for you. When it comes to propane, think more, save more. More Propane, Falls Creek, 299-7073.
You know what that is? That's the sound of a happy client of Swift Kennedy Insurance, because their business is covered. Swift Kennedy staff has over 100 years of experience in commercial property and casualty insurance, plus 15 carriers available, so they can get you the best coverage. They take a risk management approach by evaluating exposures and designing a program just for you, so you can rest easy. Swift Kennedy Insurance Company, Meadow Lane, Du Bois, Swift Kennedy, and CO.com. Relax, you're covered by Swift Kennedy.
The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
Okay, we're back. Resco will kick it off from our left to our right. John Wood is back there, standing about his 10-yard line for the Rovers. But all the kicks have been short so far, and this one will be as well. As it's going to bounce around the 30, inside the 30, and we'll be down there. About the 35-yard line. So they mark at 36, 37-yard line. So the Rovers will start from there.
Yeah, I think that was kind of a hard decision there for Schmader, because it looked like the ball may have had a chance to go out of bounds, but some of the Ridgway players were closing in fast. So, I mean, I think he did the right decision there just to be safe, so Ridgway didn't recover. Onside kick is what I guess what you'd want to call it.
Okay, if you're just joining us with 4:57 remaining in the first half from Ridgway, it is 28 for Ridgway Johnsonburg and 0 for Brockway. On just a beautiful evening, there is a timeout on the field right now. Our timeouts are brought to you by U-Water. This timeout is brought to you by U-Water and Holt Drilling of Brockway. If you think they're just another water company, Max,
then
you are wrong, because you are all wet. Okay, we're going to keep it here. We're, I think that sometimes we just have to talk about things a little bit. It's very difficult right now for the Rover offense. They are running strictly from the, spread formation. We know the Elkers are very familiar with the spread formation. They run the same formation themselves. They're familiar with the signals and the formation itself, and of course jet motion. And when we talk about jet motion, if we can just talk about that for a second, we're talking about the quarterback being in the shotgun formation and that motion coming in front of him. If it's a situation where the quarterback is under center and we talk about motion, then that motion is coming from behind him. So just a little bit difference there in terminology from the jet motion to just plain motion. But in the shotgun, you're always going to see jet motion for the most part. Occasionally, you might see just regular motion. But in any event, it is going to be first down and 10 from the 27-yard line of the Rovers. They have the ball. They're moving from our right to our left. They're down by a score of 28-0 right now. 4:57 remaining here in the first half. John Wood will keep it himself and looking for some running room, and will find very little of it as he'll gain a yard or two. That'll bring up second down at about 8.
Yeah, I think kind of like what we talked about earlier, is it seems like Ridgway has made their adjustments on the defense, and have been doing a quick job of quickly filling those holes and not giving any running room for any Brockway offensive player here in the second quarter.
Thinking about the Elkers, I think it would be great if they had an elk here tonight. I mean, a tame elk that they could be their mascot. I mean, we are in elk country.
Might have to go a little farther north to get an actual elk. Benezet's a better area for that.
Well, it is. Our backyard is too, by the way. Okay, John Wood back to pass on a second down, looking downfield, and no one open, so he will try to run with it, and he's going to be buried back there, and will lose ground to about the 21-yard line. So that's going to bring up a third down, and at least, let's see where they mark it, but at least 15 yards.
It looks like he lost about 6-7 yards on that QB scramble. One of the things he might need to be accustomed to is when there's not really much for them there, try to throw the ball away rather than take that sack and lose some big yards, because a 3rd and 16, that's not going to be easy for the Rovers to get a conversion here.
It's difficult to get a senior quarterback to do that, but with John that hasn't played the position, he's, in all fairness, he's probably not going to think about doing that. He's a running back.
That's true.
He wants to run with it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 3rd and 16 from 21 now for the Rovers. John Wood is back there. Slot to this near side, looking to pass, throws it way downfield. There's nobody out there. He was trying to get it to Ford. That'll bring up a 4th down and a definite punting situation for the Rovers. And we're at 3:21 on a stop clock right now from beautiful Ridgway.
I've almost said Johnsonburg a couple of times because if people at home don't know, Ridgway and Johnsonburg actually co-opted their football teams a couple years back. So you got some players from Ridgway, some players from Johnsonburg. So they're playing in Ridgway tonight because it's Ridgway senior night. I think next week it's in Johnsonburg because I think it's the Johnsonburg kids senior night. So it's kind of nice to see this camaraderie between two different towns, especially ones that used to be rivals way back.
Yeah, it seems to work very well. Wickett is back there now as Painter will kick from about the 15-yard line. High kick is going to come to this near side. Over there to try to cover it is number 26, and number 26 is Allegretto. And obviously they were trying to kick away from Wickett, and I don't blame them one bit.
Yeah, especially since, the last punt return was for a touchdown, but the one before that was probably still a good 50-yard gain. So it's smart there to try to keep the ball out of his hand, but we know Wickett's a running back there, so maybe he'll get an opportunity here to make another big play for Ridgway.
Well, ball's resting at the Elkers' 45-yard line as they'll start this offensive series. They're running from our left to our right, slot to the near side, one signal split to the far side, hand off to the H-back back there, and that's number, I believe is that 30? Is that Wickett back there?
Yep.
Nope, 30, or it is.
Yep.
Nope, it's 35.
And that was number 61, Gavin Thompson. He did a good job bringing him to the ground because he was getting blocked, and he reached around his defender or his blocker and pulled him down to the ground.
Yeah, that was Watts that time, number 35 on that carry.
Yeah, he's a bigger back for Ridgway. Something that Brockway's accustomed to the last couple of weeks here, some of those bigger backs.
Okay, 2nd down and 8 now for the Elkers, and that is Gabe Watts now with the ball. He's a junior, and he will pass the line of gain, well past it, and there'll be another advanced disposal 1st down as the chains will move to about the 42-yard line now.
There's actually a flag on the field, too.
Okay.
You can see on the far side.
Okay.
I think hopefully it's against Ridgway to push him back and not give him a 1st down.
Yeah, that could be a hold downfield or a block in the back or some such thing, at least where they threw it. So let's wait and see. And it does look like it's going to be against Ridgway, but here comes the official. He'll let us know the information we need. Yeah, personal foul, face mask, and it's going to go against the Elkers, so they're going to get marched back.
I get nervous anytime I see that kind of penalty because it could really go both ways, but usually you see it against on the defense usually.
Right. Okay, this one goes against the Elkers, so the ball's going to be moved way back there to the 31-yard line, so that's going to bring up a 2nd down, but it's going to be 2nd down and a long way here, at least about 22, 23 yards. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, more than that, so more about about 21 yards, but it's the 2nd down, and the Elkers have proven they can move the ball. So we got trips formation on their side. Looking downfield is Gresko, and he's got number 2 out there. That is Watts, and an unnecessary penalty there. by Connor Ford on number 2. That's Gabe Watts. That ball was going to go, it looked like to me, out of bounds,
Yeah,
Max.
well, the crazy, maybe that's why he didn't throw the flag in that situation, because there was a referee right there and watched our Brockway defender pull him to the ground, but a referee that was closer to the line of scrimmage actually threw the flag there, so I think they're going to discuss it and see exactly what happens here.
Well, they had to decide whether that ball was catchable, first of all, I think, and if it was out of bounds, then it was not, but I think they considered that it was a catchable ball, so it's going to go against the Brockway Rovers. It still will not be a first down, as that ball is going to come out to inside the 50-yard line to the 49-yard line of the Rovers.
Yeah, Brockway's lucky that pass interference in high school isn't a spot foul, because
yes,
that would have been almost a 40-yard difference there. So at least they can still keep them on second down and stop him here. Big stops here for Brockway defense.
Yep, 2nd and 5 from the 49-yard line. Elkers moving from our left to our right, if you can't see it, but we do have the live stream going on here tonight, so if you can tune into that, Sunny 106 FM, and that is courtesy of Stars Trailer Sales and Rogos Auto Sales. Okay, Watts in motion. That's jet motion, and Gresko is going to take it on a run to the near side, and he's got the line of gain. In fact, he's got it down to around the, let's see where they mark it, around the 38, 39-yard line perhaps of the Rover to advance disposal first down. They're going to mark it inside the 40 to about the 39-yard line.
I think the Ridgway offensive line is starting to pick up steam, because their blocks have just been getting better and better as this game's been going on, and giving their runners even bigger holes, especially on that run right there for Grush. The offensive line did a good job blocking upfield to the near side here.
Okay, 1st and 10 from the 39. We've got Green here to the near side in motion. Is Watts. That's Gabe Watts, and he will get the ball, but he will get little to nothing. So we're going to call it still at the 39, and there'll be a 2nd down and 9 now from the 39 of the Rovers.
A couple Rovers were in the backfield right there trying to get him right away. He slid through, but number 44, Connor Reichman, was right there for the Rovers to stop him at the line of scrimmage, and I think this is the first time we've seen Ridgway not get really any yards on a play tonight.
Okay, so a 2nd and, well, it looks like they moved it back to 10. So 2nd and 10, back to passes. Gresko looking downfield. Got a man open over there on the far sideline, and that looks like number 30 again?
That's Wickett again, yeah.
Wickett again? Okay, so Wickett will make the catch. A nice throw across the field to the far sideline. Nice pass by Gresko.
Yeah, Gresko's been doing a good job finding the open men and not just throwing it to them, but leading them, so once they catch that ball, they can start running upfield.
Nice touch on his passes. There's no doubt that ball's going to be marked somewhere around the, let's see where the official's standing. It looks like inside the 15-yard line to about the 14 or 13-yard line. Let's call it the 14. And we've got 1:26 left here in the first half, and the Elkers could possibly score again. They're down in the red zone, and we've got slot to the near side now. And Gresko with a pitch out there. That is to number, is that
35? That's 35? Watts now. There's 2 of them. This one's Tyler Watts.
That's
with
Tyler.
The run
Yep.
there.
Yeah, Tyler is a senior, and we have Gabe Watts, who is a junior, as a backup quarterback, as well as playing well just about anywhere in the skill positions. So now we have a 2nd down and 4. Ball resting at about the 6-yard line for the Elkers. We've got Wickett is way over there, split out to the far side. To the near side is Green. Under center is Gresko, and he'll hand that ball off to Watts in the backfield, and he will score from 6 yards out. That is Gabe Watts, the junior, and he will score with 50 seconds remaining here in the first half. It's 34-0 in favor of the Elkers, and there goes our siren again.
Yeah, I find it crazy that a fan just brings a siren to a game, but hey, this is Ridgway. I'm from Brockway, so they're kind of crazy.
Yeah, and I just wonder why he has to sit right in front of us. I mean, he was literally just about, 3 feet, 4 feet from me.
Because he knew he was going to irritate us tonight. That's probably why.
I think that was probably the reason.
It's like, I'm going to give Bill and Max fits all night with this siren.
Well, he has succeeded. Okay, so there is a timeout on the field. It looks like somebody was out of position, so we're going to wait here. It is not... I don't know what exactly happened. We were too busy concentrating on the siren at the point of, Now, next week, we're looking at Bradford coming into to Brockway. And this may well be a more competitive game. Bradford is having a very difficult season as well, which is hard. You know, we talked about that. It's hard to believe that a school of that size is having difficulty with their football team, and they have over the last several years. And this is a Quad A team that we're talking about that has been playing and losing to AA schools.
Yeah, which is crazy because I was telling Bill in the car on the ride down here when I was in high school, anytime you talked about Bradford, Du Bois, St. Mary's, teams that Brockway is playing this year, we'd be like, oh, those are some big schools with some big names. You know, we know if we go against them, it's going to be a hard-fought battle to get a win. But Bradford's just been having a hard time against all their opponents this year. They lost they got shut out by Ridgway. I think they also got shut out by Kane too. So. At least maybe this game tonight gives us a little insight maybe of how we'll do against next week against Bradford. It should be a good competitive game between us, these two teams.
It'll be a homecoming game
yep.
for Brockway. But yeah, not only have they been getting beaten, they've been getting beaten really bad also. Okay, well, at the end of that long time out there before the extra point is made. It is 35-0 now with 50 seconds remaining here in the first half, and we'll be back with the Elkers kickoff right after these messages. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football.
This is Joe Scarnati. Rover football is back. As your state senator, I am proud to be affiliated with such a great program, consistently putting a team on the field that brings pride to our town, Brockway High School, and to the fans who continue to lend their support. To each participant, whether they be cheerleaders, players, statisticians, managers, or coaches, I wish you continued success and the best of luck at all your games. I will certainly follow every game with the anticipation of another Rover victory.
Creekside Auto and Tire Service earned trust servicing cars in the Brockway area. Now they ask you to turn to them when you're ready to buy your next used car. John and Chris service every used car on their lot, so you know you're getting a great deal on a dependable car. Along with Lisa, they all treat you like family. As a family member, tell them what you're looking for in a used car and you'll get a family fair price on a great dependable used vehicle. Check their selection. If you don't see what you're looking for, they can try to find it for you. Buy your next used car from Creekside Auto and Tire in Brockway.
The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
Okay, we are back. John Wood takes a kickoff at the 20-yard line, brings the ball all the way out on a nice run down the middle to about the 44-yard line. So with 44 seconds remaining in the first half, the Rovers from Brockway will have the ball as they move from our right to our left.
And I have to say, he was probably one tackle away from breaking that off for a touchdown. He was just brought down by his leg. But that's one of those big things that we've been talking about. Maybe a big play will be here to end the half for Brockway.
And we are in the mercy rule right now, by the way. It is 35-0. And so that will mean that the clock will be running at times when it normally would not be running. So we have a flag on the play, pre-snap flag on the play. We'll move the Rovers back 5 yards, and those kinds of things, you know, the pre-snap things sometimes just a result of lack of concentration, sometimes just the fact that you've got young guys out there, you know, and that sort of thing. And but in any event, it is first down and 15 now from the 38-yard line of the Rovers. John Wood is back there. He's got back there with him is Ford. We'll throw the ball out to the far side as the Glassley makes the catch over there on the far sideline and is pushed out of bounds rather
maybe for a first down, yeah, because he might have pushed him right to the first down marker.
Yeah.
It seemed like.
It's hard he pushed him. I thought he was going to go over the white fence there on the other side of the stadium. They've got a beautiful white fence around the stadium, a nice vinyl fence. So it really gives it kind of that country atmosphere. It looks like there should be a few cows grazing in the field. Anyway, it is second down. It was short of the line of gain, and so second down and a long one now for the Rovers as we're running out of time. There are 36 seconds remaining here in the first half. Back to pass. John Wood looking downfield, and that ball falls helplessly to the ground at about the 30-yard line. And so that'll bring up a third down now from the same place. Third down and about a long 1.5 from the about the 49-yard line of the Elkers.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised they didn't at least try to run there and get the first down. Maybe that's what they try here. But it's good seeing hit that strong arm trying to go downfield a little bit get a little more yards on a pass.
Okay, John Wood back there now, slot to the near side and to the far side. Wood back to pass, got pressure back there, but we'll get the ball off, and the catch is made on that far sideline. And I believe that is
Connor Ford.
So that'll be another advanced disposal first down. And so the chains will move. 26 seconds now remaining in the first half. On this, a senior night from the Elkers from Ridgway, Johnsonburg, and they had a good group of seniors. I think 17 or 18 seniors from this football team that took part in that ceremony. So they'll be down that many seniors next year.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, I shouldn't say hopefully, but maybe they'll have the same fate that Brockway did this year.
Okay, John Wood back to pass now, getting pressured back there and gets the ball off, and the ball will be knocked away there. It was intended for number 13, and that is Schmader.
Yeah,
So
there's about 19 seconds left here in the half. John Wood is just rolling off to his left, hard near his side. Did a good job trying to get the pass to Schmader, but Ridgway defender was right there to tip it up in the air. They almost came down with a pick there, so we're lucky that ball fell short.
Okay, so we have second down now and 10 from the 43-yard line for Brockway, moving from our right to our left. They're down by a score of 35-0 with just 19 seconds remaining here in the first half. John Wood back. We've got a double slot again. Wood back looking to pass downfield and throws it downfield. It was intended, I think, there for Ford, but a little past him, and so that'll bring up a third down from the same place now, the 43-yard line. We're down to 13 seconds left here in the first half.
Yeah, and he was wide open right there in the middle of the field. It would have been a first down. Hopefully we can get something going here with a little bit of time left. Maybe even get them in field goal position for loose paint or kick a field goal to put us on the board.
Well, accuracy when it comes to passing, accuracy is such a big deal, and that is dependent upon, your mechanics. And John has not had a lot of practice at that, so he's back to pass again right now, but has some running room if he wants to take it, but he's going to be hit there and dropped.
Yeah, he was hit hard there by, I think that's Tyler Watts from Ridgway. Tried to scramble off to his left and hit hard. There's still 2 seconds left on the clock, and Brockway takes a timeout here.
Okay, just want to remind you our timeout's brought to you by U-Water and Whole Drilling at Brockway. If you think they're just another water company, then Max, you're just all wet. And I've had people tell me that about you before, but I'm not going to bring that up right now.
Who's talking about me?
Well, we don't want to
get into that.
We're not bring up any names, Okay, this time out, we're just going to stay right here because we're just down to two clicks on the clock there before the halftime. From a beautiful stadium here, you expect a herd of white-tailed deer to jump out of the woods at any moment, but they could be back in the woods watching this game too. You never know; they might be football fans.
Yeah, those Ridgway people are a little weird. They probably have pet deer somewhere that just join them to the game. But it's an absolutely beautiful night. I think Ridgway and Johnsonburg parents should be really happy that. For the senior night, how beautiful the night is, and the weather isn't bad for them. It's starting to cool off a little bit, but it's a nice cool off, not like a complete change in temperature.
Yeah, so we were fortunate. We have a very high class job Johnny out right behind the press box here, so that's kind of nice for us. In case you need that, you can get to in a hurry. Okay, it is a fourth down now, and Broncos going to go for it with 2 seconds left as John Wood is back there. And looking to pass it downfield, gets the ball up, but it's tipped, and that will be the end of the first half. So at the end of the first half from Ridgway, the score is 35 for Ridgway, the Elkers, and 0 for Brockway, the Rovers. And we'll be back with a halftime show right after these messages. Oh, I'm going to try to stand up.
John and Julie Coyle, owners of McDonald's of Brockway, are ready for another exciting season of Brockway Rover football. They know the importance of teamwork and dedication, and they proudly support the Brockway Rovers. So stop by before or after the game to fill up. They're ready to serve you. McDonald's, Route 219 Brockway, working hard to bring you quick service and quality meals with a smile. Let's go Rovers!
Keep your fleet running sweet with B&T Fleet Supply, specializing in the needs of heavy, medium, or light-duty trucks. Doesn't matter the job, your fleet needs the right supplies. B&T Fleet Supply is a Triangle Spring distributor. That means they have a complete supply of truck springs and suspension parts when you need them, plus Triangle Spring and Goodyear air springs. And B&T Fleet Supply can even do custom bent U-bolts and hydraulic lines. B&T Fleet Supply on William Street behind Cooper Tire.
who knows everything about water, from well drilling to water delivery to home or office, pool and spa chemicals and water pumps and water treatment.
Hugh Water Service.
That's us.
With 30 years of water experience, Hugh Water Services provides Western Pennsylvania with one convenient source for clean and clear water. Superior installations at competitive prices, including sales, service, and rentals for pumps, tanks, and water supply systems, and sprinklers.
That's us.
Well drilling, including water wells, geothermal wells, well cleaning, and if you need bottled water delivery, Gatorade and coffee to your office, we do that too, with free delivery. Ask for details. We even offer excavating services. Huh, Hugh Water Services even does that? That's full service.
That's us.
If you think we're just another water company, you're all wet. Family owned and operated since 1988 on Route 219 just south of Brockway, or visit them on the web at hughwaterservices.com.
That's us.
Why work in your yard when you can enjoy it? Thanks to Yardworks. Here's James Burkholder.
There are natural gas and liquid propane heaters, so that allows you to extend your usage of your patio and outdoor living space by another 30 to 45 days, depending on how the season goes. Custom pergolas, custom pavilions, that's something that's coming about and pretty impressive there.
Weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly maintenance available. Call 594-6421 today and yardworksco.com.
The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
We are back. It is a halftime at Ridgway Area High School here. Ridgway, Johnsonburg taking on the Rovers tonight, and the Rovers have not had the best of it tonight, as the score at halftime is 35-0. And Max, the Rovers just could not get a sustained offensive attack going thus far in the first half.
No, it seemed like they were doing a pretty good job at the beginning of the game, but as the half continued to progress, it seems like their offensive chances just started dwindling to the point where they weren't really converting on any third downs or really picking up any type of yardage.
And before I forget to do this, I want to send my thanks out to Bob and Frank for taking that first game that I missed 2 weeks ago, and for Lanny Prosper doing that game last week with you, Max. So I want to thank them for filling in for me while I was getting my surgery done. And I kind of promised to be back for this game tonight, and I'm starting to feel like now maybe I made a mistake doing that, but things are kind of hurting just a little bit here. But I had to stand up for a second, and so we're laying it all on the line for the listeners at home tonight. We're just laying it on the line for them.
We do anything for you.
That's right. Do anything.
Well, not anything.
Well, no, maybe not anything, but anyway, we're making our way through it. Okay, Max, you have some stats here from the first half. These are unofficial. We understand that.
Yeah,
so.
unofficial, because
yes.
No way I'm any type of statistician. But at least on the passing type of game, we have John Wood. That's 4 for 10 for 48 yards. He completed some couple passes. Some of his receivers. Connor Ford has 2 catches for 18 yards, and Ben Glassell has 2 catches for 30 yards. Ben Glassell did a good job of catching some of those short passes and producing even more yards out of them. But on the rushing attack, it's just been John Wood. He has 16 rushes for 41 yards in the first half, and Connor Ford has 5 rushes for 10 yards. So you can see there that Wood is the big contributor there, at least on the rushing attack.
Yeah, it's hard to talk about the play of the game thus far because it's pretty much just been John Wood kind of running right, running left, running center, doing that. So it's very difficult to come up with one play that was a big play of the first half. Maybe it was the first play of the game for the Rovers offensively when John Wood had that nice run to the far side there. Maybe that was the play of the first half.
I mean, yeah, he got 22 yards out of that. At least a good start for the game for him.
Well, we have the Brockway band on the field right now. They are small in number, but they play extremely well, and so their parents and the school could be very proud of them as they're out there performing right now. Well, we're going to come back and we'll talk about a few other things here at halftime. We're going to talk about what Brockway's going to have to do to improve, and we'll get back to that in just a moment. Our score here at halftime, if you're just joining us, is 35 for Ridgway, Johnsonburg, and 0 for Brockway. And we'll be right back right after these messages. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football.
community service, and school involvement. Time given to make where we live and learn a better place. The attorneys at Ferrero, Crook, and Ferrero are longtime members of the Brockway community and sincerely appreciate the many people who give of themselves to make Brockway the community it is. They're also big supporters of Brockway football, recognizing the hours of dedication and hard work by the coaches, players, cheerleaders, and the band. People dedicated to community and school spirit, bringing us all together. Thank you, and good luck, Rovers, from Ferrero, Crook, and Ferrero, attorneys at law, Brockway, your hometown law firm.
So, where are we going?
Brockway.
Why are we driving all the way to Brockway?
Because it's worth it.
Worth it?
We're going to Glasstown Pizza. Their food is that good. Mamma mia, their Italian specialties are amazing. Plus, their flatbreads, hoagies, specialty burgers, and seafood are out of this world. You know I love mushrooms.
Yup.
Well, Glasstown cuts them up fresh, not canned. Makes my sandwich so much better.
Got their menu up on my phone? GlasstownPizzaPA.com. It is worth a drive. Let's go.
Glasstown Pizzeria, 5th Avenue, downtown Brockway. Love at first bite.
On the playing field, it's a battle, but the things the Brockway Rovers know are excellence, teamwork, and responsibility. The folks at Phoenix Sintered Metals knows about those too, and are proud to sponsor Brockway Rovers football. Phoenix Sintered Metals is a Verichetti family-owned powdered metals manufacturer committed to being an industry leader through excellence, innovation, and continuous improvement. Phoenix emphasizes employee teamwork and responsibility to the community. Hard work and perseverance do pay off. Go Brockway Rovers.
Joe's Tuck Shop is well known for providing the hottest styles in formal wear and tuxedos, but sometimes a suit is all you need for a homecoming or a semi-formal dance. Joe's Tuck Shop in downtown Du Bois has suit rentals with ties and vests to match any dress. So when you need to look your best, just go to Joe's. Joe's Tuck Shop, West Long Avenue, downtown Du Bois, a proud supporter of Brockway Rover football, making guys look great for 50 years.
The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
Okay, we're back. It's halftime here at the Ridgway High School Stadium tonight. Bill Edwards along with Max Arinya. And our score at halftime is 35-0 in favor of the Elkers. And what a beautiful night it is. It is about 8:15 in the evening. Our temperature is just the high 50s, low 60s. The sky is clear. It's dry. And this weather time and temp is brought to you by Hepler's Country Store in Brockport, where you can find all of your Carhartt attire, including coats, rainwear, and more. Hepler's Country Store on Bogey Run Road in Brockport. Attire, accessories, and boots for all ages. Hepler's Country Store on Facebook, or just stop in. Just to remind you also that Hepler's Country Store doesn't just have those items I mentioned, the attire, the accessories, the boots. They also have bulk foods, dried goods, and baking supplies for your pregame or holiday cooking and baking. They have all types of sprinkles, hot chocolate, spices, and more. Hepler's Country Store on Facebook, or just go ahead and stop right in. They'll be glad to see you. Well, as I said, a beautiful night here at Ridgway High School Stadium. Up here on the bit of a hill, and the Rovers having a little hard time right now as the Ridgway band is on the field right now performing. They are small numbers as well, but they have really a great sound. As we mentioned earlier, the Ridgway cheerleaders, and they have a lot of them. As you know, they are in a co-op with Johnsonburg, and so that has added to their numbers. The football team with about 47 kids out here tonight dressed. Brockway, between injuries and attrition, they're down to about 19 players here tonight, and so things are pretty sparse over there. But they're getting an opportunity for a lot of the young players to play in this game. Since they do not have enough numbers to have a JV team, this is where most of the young players get an opportunity to hone their skills a little bit and play, and they're not able to do that right now because of their numbers, and so that kind of hurts Max down the road when you can't have a JV program. It hurts from an experience standpoint. All these kids that would not otherwise have a chance to get in a game, a varsity game.
Yeah, definitely, because I mean those JV games give those kids a lot of experience, time to work on some of the things they might not be good at, and some time to work on some of the things that they're also good at as well. I hate to see it because I know back when I was in school, the JV games were actually kind of a big thing for Brockway too. A lot of the student section would go down there and watch the game and cheer them on. So hopefully, this thing with the numbers going down, hopefully this is just a trend that kind of like a roller coaster. It's going down now, and eventually it will start going back up, because I'd really hate to see Brockway maybe having to co-op with another school, kind of like what Ridgway and Johnsonburg had to do.
Well, back in the day, I come from the hard coal area of Pennsylvania, and all the little coal towns all had their teams, and so the rivalries were very great. And the teams weren't large. I mean, we had 25 kids on our team, and we didn't have these junior high programs because we didn't have the numbers, and so you didn't get to play or be on the team unless you were good enough to do it as a freshman. You just had nowhere to play. There was no junior high, and there was no junior varsity. So you kind of got baptized in the fire pretty quickly sometimes. But right now, as we look at what's going on in these locker rooms, we know that Coach Tom Weaver from the Rovers, this is his second season. His son Garrett is the offensive coordinator. It's a very difficult halftime in a game like this when you realize that you are overmatched and you're having difficulty getting your own offense going. And so as we think about that, what is it that the Rovers can improve on here in the second half?
I think what happened with them near the end of the second half, or the end of the first half, is they kind of lost their tempo that they made at the beginning of the first half. So maybe at least try some of the things that they were doing good. John Wood running right up the middle seemed like a pretty productive thing there. One thing that I really liked was those short passes too. I mean, we both know John Wood doesn't have as much experience with being a quarterback, but it seemed like a couple of those short passes, at least to Glasso. Glasso had a chance to catch the ball and then turn upfield I think 10 yards on each one of them. So that could be a good key to success in the second half for them, is just John Wood up the middle and then those short passes on the outside.
Well, it was years ago that the famous coach from Alabama, who had written several books, and his name just jumped out of my mind right now, but most people that are older know who he is. He said it very clearly, and that is that you cannot win consistently without a great quarterback, and that really it takes starting a kid off in basically 7th grade. If you look at one of the high schools that had several state championships, going back to Berwick High School.
Yep.
And Berwick High School placed, I think it was 12 kids in 20 years in Division I programs as quarterbacks.
Oh, wow.
And there's a reason why they were able to do that. They started kids in 7th grade, and I remember having a meeting with George Curry, who was their head coach, and when I became a head coach, before I became a head coach down in Maryland, when I knew I was getting that job, I went to see him, and I said, what is it that you do? How do you produce 12 Division I quarterbacks in a 20-year career? And he said, well, we start these kids in 7th grade, and he said, we just get the kids that are interested in the position and have some acumen for the position, and we put them on a line, and we just have them throw a football, and we pick out the kids that have the strongest natural arms first. And then we start to work on mechanics and learning the game and learning the defenses and reading defenses and all that. But they start in 7th grade. And so they teach them. And this is how it happens, because the quarterback position is so critical. And every team you see that is a consistent winning team, they're going to have a pretty good quarterback there. And so when you get in a situation like this, like Brockway is, where you have to put someone back there that has been a running back his whole life from junior high, it's very difficult for a kid to play back there when he hasn't had the opportunity to really learn that position.
Yeah, no, like we kind of talked about earlier when I said maybe he should try to throw the ball out of bounds. That's not something that he would learn, especially since he's been a runner his whole life. The first thing he's going to think about is, I see some open field, try to run for it, and then, the defenders get them. So I can see what you're coming from there. But, yeah, Brockway's got to try to do a better job trying to get some of these younger kids more involved in the football. And I think that really comes down to the players that are on the team now. Because I know, at least in Brockway, at least when I was in school, and even the kids now, is that they really look up to the kids that are in the grades above them. So I think part of the goal there is to have maybe some of these football players go out and talk to some of these 7th and 8th graders, or even some of these elementary kids, and be like, hey, this is a fun sport. It can be competitive. It can really build your character if that's something that you're really interested in. And maybe with those type of talks, some of these younger kids get more interested in playing Rover football and keeping this tradition going.
Well, it was really interesting. It was Bear Bryant, who I was trying to think of earlier, but Bear Bryant from Alabama, and he wrote several books, but I know one, he talked about quarterbacks, and he he listed the important things as regards a quarterback, what attributes they need to have. And he listed them in order of their importance as far as he was concerned. And the first thing that he mentioned, you would think that he would mention, strong arm, a very cerebral, these kinds of things, some of the physical aspects. But first thing that he mentioned that he looks for in a quarterback, he needs to be liked by his teammates.
Yeah. That makes me think of John Wooden's, I can't think what it's called, but like his pillar success. I think that's one of the top things up there. Because I mean, really, if you think about it, if your teammates don't like you, it's going to be harder for them to block for you, run for you, things like that. So I mean, that probably is a really good important thing to have for a quarterback.
Yeah, the linemen, especially a lineman, if they don't like you and you're going to be back there getting the ball every play and your linemen don't like you, that's probably not a good position to be in. And, I, having played that position my whole career, I know how important it is for especially the linemen to really think that you know what you're doing and like you and so forth. So, it's interesting that in this day and age, sometimes there is less attention given to some of those qualities that we'd like every person to have, really, but especially that person that gets in that huddle and has to call the plays. And I think we're seeing this when you look at the New York Giants. I think of the kid that's going to start this weekend, Dave Jones out of Duke. Eli Manning has been benched this week, and they're going to start the kid. But the players like him.
Yeah,
they like who he is. They like him. They like his command of the huddle. And all of that, and what I've seen of him, he's going to be a great quarterback in the National Football League. And so, and of course, Manning was that way also. They liked Manning. He was soft-spoken. He was a gentleman and all of that, and they really liked him personally. And I'll guarantee you, especially on that level, if they have somebody back there that's cocky and that they don't like, there'll be some offensive linemen that may just happen to miss a block now and again, and have the person be humbled, and develop a sense of humility. But we have right now the Elkers are out on the field and they're doing a little dynamic warm up there, and of course the dynamic warm up is what you should do before game. You should not be doing static stretching. You do that after you're warm, not before. And look at my expertise. Some of it has been the area of training. I'm a certified master trainer, and I've worked as strength and conditioning coach, and I did internships with the Baltimore Ravens and Washington Redskins, so I've seen this kind of stuff, most of my life, and it's amazing that some athletes are still doing static stretching before a contest, and I'm still amazed by that in this day when we know more, about how to train, that's still happening. But in any event, we throw some of that stuff out, Max, just so that people maybe listening will say, oh, that kind of makes sense to me. So the Elkers are out there doing some of that dynamic stuff, and that's a good way to go about it. The Rovers are on the far side of the field getting ready here for the second half. And I just want to remind you, at halftime here, it's 35-0, and we're getting ready for the second half kickoff. And we'll be right back with that right after these messages. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football.
Certified public accountants are proud to sponsor Brockway Rovers football. High school sports teach young people how to work together, win or lose, and be committed to achieving a common goal. Clyde Ferrero and Company encourages you to support our team, fill the stands, and root them on to victory. Brockway has a lot of spirit, and they show it by supporting our young people. Good luck, Rovers, from the professionals at Clyde Ferrero and Company, certified public accountants.
More Propane in Falls Creek, your locally owned family-operated propane supplier, is proud to sponsor this Brockway football game. More Propane knows how important teamwork is, both on and off the field. The More Propane team works together every day to deliver propane to heat your home, power your business, or fuel your farm. Teamwork is involved to make this happen safely, reliably, and most importantly, affordable for you. When it comes to propane, think more, save more. More Propane, Falls Creek, 299-7073.
You flip the switch, lights come on. Turn on the tap, water comes out. You don't even think about it. Always there working dependably in the background. Swift Kennedy & Company is just like that. 8 licensed agents evaluate your needs and your risk while serving your commercial property and casualty insurance coverages. They shop over 15 carriers to make sure your coverage is right for you. Swift Kennedy's agents use a systematic approach to provide your business broad coverage and peace of mind. Call Swift Kennedy & Company and see what their 100 years of experience could do for your business. Then you can stop thinking about it and let them do the work. Swift Kennedy and Company, Du Bois, Swift Kennedy, and CO.com.
Creekside Auto and Tire Service earn trust servicing cars in the Brockway area. Now they ask you to turn to them when you're ready to buy your next used car. John and Chris service every used car on their lot, so you know you're getting a great deal on a dependable car. Along with Lisa, they all treat you like family. As a family member, tell them what you're looking for in a used car and you'll get a family fair price on a great dependable used vehicle. Check their selection. If you don't see what you're looking for, they can try to find it for you. Buy your next used car from Creekside Auto and Tire in Brockway.
The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
Okay, we're back. Opening kickoff was brought by Watts all the way down to the 29-yard line of Brockway. The ensuing play brought a illegal procedure on the part of the Elkers and moved the ball back. And so currently the ball is resting at the 29-yard line of Brockway. It is 2nd down and 10 for the Elkers. Just beginning the second half, there are 11 minutes on a running clock. And again, we're in the mercy rule, so that clock is going to keep on running. Slot to the near side now on this 2nd down for the Elkers. And there is a pitch. That pitch is back to number 35, I believe. If that is 35,
that's 30. That's Wicked again.
That's Wicked again. Wicked, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, he's been Wicked tonight.
Exactly. I mean, what a great name for him. He has really been.
Especially in the return game.
Oh, yeah, been the name of the game. I think maybe the Brockway would have been better off kicking the ball short like like the Elkers were doing. Just keep it away from, they were keeping it away from John Wood. Maybe they should have been keeping it away from Wicked also.
But Connor Ford did a good job on that run to contain him and get a gain tackle there with another defender to bring Wicked down before he can start gaining some yards.
Okay, 3rd and 7 from the 27. The Elkers moving from our left to our right. Cresco back to pass. He's got a man wide open out there. That is number 82, I do believe. That's Bond. Alex Bond, the junior, makes the catch at about the 9-yard line. And if that ball had been thrown better, could have been 6.
Yeah, it could have been a touchdown. I think that's probably the only pass tonight where he didn't lead his receiver. Because if he would have, that definitely would have been a touchdown. They're doing a good job getting over top of our secondary on their passes.
Yeah, that was a mechanics issue right there. It did not step into the pass. And it just dropped a little bit short, but the receiver caught the ball, but had to go down to get it. So ball is at the 9-yard line. Elkers looking to get the play in, and they're going to have to hurry. Back there with Cresco is number 35, and that is Watts. But the ball is going to go to number 2, and that is the other Watts, Gabe Watts. So one is wearing 2, one is wearing 35. The one wearing 35 is a senior. The one wearing number 2 is a junior.
Yeah, and the junior Gabe Watt did not want to go down. Seth Stewart wrapped him up, but it took 4 or 5 Brockway defenders to finally put him to the ground and stop him from gaining any yards.
Okay, so that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 6 now. Ball resting at the 6-yard line. So Elkers knocking on the door yet again. Okay, Cresco's under center. Hand off to the first man through the fullback, and he is awfully close to the goal line. I believe that is number 35, and that would be Tyler Watts, the senior.
Yeah, he did a good job there trying to push for the touchdown, was just short, trying to reach out for it. Refs mark him down, I think, at the 1-yard line, so it'll be a 3rd and 1 here.
Looks like they're having difficulty getting calls in at this place on the field. I'm not sure it would be that difficult for me. Number 9 is in the game, by the way. That is senior Joshua Sorg. Is that correct, Sorg?
I'd say Sorg. I think it's the first time I've seen it, but it makes sense to me.
Playing tailback, and he'll get the handoff. And I think he is going to be
right in there.
Right close. And it is a touchdown, so that is Sorg, the senior, with 8:06 remaining. In the 3rd period, it's 41-0.
Yes, it's a good start for Sorg there to just be brought right into the game and score a touchdown for Ridgway. Ridgway is just going to keep putting the points up. I'm wondering when they'll start putting some of their backups in here in the second half. I think relatively soon they'll start doing that, give their starter some rest.
Yeah, Sorg was one of those. They wanted to give him a chance to score since he's a 12th grader on a senior night, and so he did from a couple yards out. Kick is up, and it is good to make it 42-0 now with 8:06 remaining here in the 3rd period, and we'll be back with the Elk County kickoff Could I say Elk County?
Yeah.
Oh, the Elkers. I knew I had to do that at least once tonight to just to be fair. So it's the Elkers, and they'll be kicking off here in just a moment. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football.
Hi, this is Mike at DeLulo Transport. Due to our continued growth, DeLulo Transport has immediate openings for multiple positions, including non-CDL package delivery drivers, driver helpers, owner-operators, and diesel mechanics. DeLulo Transport is a local family-owned business dedicated to our area and to providing reliable, dedicated transportation services to our customers. We were named 2018 Small Business of the Year and voted Best Trucking and Hauling in the Tri-County area. If you're interested in joining our team, give us a call at 814-503-4131, stop by the office at 349 DuBois Street, or find us at delulotransport.com.
John and Julie Coyle, owners of McDonald's of Brockway, are ready for another exciting season of Brockway Rover football. They know the importance of teamwork and dedication, and they proudly support the Brockway Rovers. So stop by before or after the game to fill up. They're ready to serve you. McDonald's, Route 219 Brockway, working hard to bring you quick service and quality meals with a smile. Let's go Rovers!
The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
Okay, Tyler Watts kicking off right now. It's going to be down there by number 27. Number 27 for Brockway is Stewart. He's the freshman. And pretty good freshman, too.
Yeah, he's got a high motor. I'm really excited to see what he can do for this football team for the next 3 years.
Well, to play football, you have to have a motor. There's no doubt about it. If you want to play this game well, you better have a motor.
Yeah, now if he could just do what you always talk about is getting that weight room bulk up, he'll be a solid football player.
Absolutely. He's got a good frame to put it on. Schmader is to the near side right now. John Wood is back there. Kind of have a little I formation going on there with the Ford being behind John Wood. It's a new formation for them. I formation from the shotgun, basically.
Yeah, you don't see that very often.
No.
Do they call that pistol? I can't remember.
Well, no, not really. But when you're looking at a running back playing the quarterback position, then we kind of classify that as pistol.
Okay.
And otherwise, it wouldn't be. Okay, so we have Porn. He's out here. He's playing kind of a wing position this time, so it's a little different formation with him as well. Split to the far side. That's Glassel. To the near side, that's Schmader. I'm sorry, that's Stewart.
Oh.
And John Wood's going to get buried back there at the 25-yard line. He had no chance to throw that ball downfield. Number 13, Austin Schmader, was breaking down the seam there from the wideout position, but John Wood had absolutely no opportunity whatsoever.
Yeah, number 21 for Ridgway was just quick right to the backfield, right in his face before he can even turn around, because Wood faked a handoff and then went to his right, and he was right there to meet him and didn't get any opportunity to throw the ball downfield.
Okay, so we have a slot to the near side. Ford is out here along with Schmader this time. John Wood still is back there. Split to the far side, and that's Glassel again. Porn back there with, no, that's not Porn. That is someone else back there. I can't see his number. Okay, well, Schmader had it in his hands at about the 47-yard line, but could not hold on, so a decent pass that time. That was Stewart that was back there that time with John Wood.
Yeah, that was I think the first good pass from John Wood downfield. It hit Schmader right in the hands. I don't know what happened there. Did the ball hit the ground? That would have gave the Rovers a first down too on a 3rd and 18 situation. That would have been a good way to start the second half for him.
Well, John Wood, he's kind of short arms. I think his mechanics aren't there for passing, but. So he will do better with the short passes rather than the long ones. Okay, there's a low kick going to bounce around a bit there. It's going to be picked up by number 26. It's going to be hit immediately. Number 26 on our schedule is Allegretto. So Allegretto will be tackled almost immediately. So Ridgway will start this offensive series here in the second half with 5:45 remaining in this third period.
Yeah, that high motoring Seth Stewart was right there to make contact with him once he got the ball. Good, quick feet on that kid.
Absolutely. And we're seeing a lot of new numbers out there right now. Let's see who's going to be at quarterback. 26 is in there, I think, at quarterback. Is that Allegretto? He's a sophomore. He's under center right now. Yep. And he's going to pitch it out here to the near side. And there's going to be no room for number 24, and that is Marchiniak. Martiniak will be dropped there at about the 40-yard line or near the 40-yard line.
Yeah, we're going to probably apologize right now because it seems like all the kids that are coming in again for the Ridgway have those crazy Italian names.
Well, this is Marciniak, so yeah, Marciniak is correct. Cameron Marciniak, 10th grader, running back, linebacker. So we got a lot of young folks out there right now. Quarterback wearing number 26, and that is Allegretto, another sophomore. And number 12 has the ball going far side. Dominic Cherry. He's going to hit almost immediately at the 35. He will lose a lot of yards there. He's going to bring up a third down and probably at least about 15. So let's call it third down and 15.
Yeah, bad handoff there for Ridgway is kind of why that play kind of got for negative yards from they kind of the handoff was kind of bad there, and Cherry didn't get many yards there for him.
Well, their JV team's going to get a lot of experience here now in their second half, and we can't say that at Brockway because they don't really have a JV team. So a lot of their starters are going to remain in the game as we're at third down and long, 15 now. Allegretto is back, and he's looking to pass, being pressured back there, and he's going to get buried at about the 32 or 33-yard line. That'll bring up a definite punting situation.
Yeah, Brockway defense did a good job there containing him in the pocket, not giving him any options to throw downfield. And that was a big, I think it was a 10-yard loss probably 5-yard. They already lost 6 yards. Good 5-yard loss. This might give Brockway probably one of their best field positions in the game.
Yes, we know it's a game of field position. Brockway has not had very good field position as John was back standing at about his 46-yard line as the punt will be forthcoming. Remember, next week we'll be back home in Brockway. I'll be glad for that. I don't know about you, Max, but you won't have very far to travel, will you?
No, half mile from the field. It'll be nice to not have to drive right after school to come right to the game.
So I thank you for driving tonight since I'm not allowed to drive right now, so we appreciate that. And, got a penalty on the player that moves the ball back for the Elkers. It is fourth down and like 38. So you got to play for that? No, we're going to punt.
I think that's number 24, Marciniak, back there punting for Ridgway too.
Okay, and short punt, going to bounce around at about midfield and go out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. So the Rovers will have it there. We're down to 3:15 as this, when this clock continues to run. I'll tell you what, it's about 20 minutes, 21 minutes to 9 right now. So we could be done with this one maybe before 9 o'clock. What do you think?
Yeah, and have an early supper. That'd be nice. I think I've been having dinner at 10:30, 11 o'clock the past couple of Fridays.
Well,
I mean that's part of the gig.
Oh yeah. I haven't had supper yet either, but I don't worry too much about that. But I'm feeding myself a little bit better now because I'm in the healing process, and so. But in any event, we're doing what we have to do. Okay, ball sitting right directly in front of me. I'm at the 48-yard line. That's where the ball is. Rovers moving from right to left here in this third period. John Wood looking for some place to go. Got the far side, and he's got some running room over there. We'll get the first down, and Moore still on his feet. And let's see if he gets knocked out of bounds, and he does.
He stayed in bounds, but I think there was a flag on the far side at the 30-yard line. I have to say it's probably a holding call on Rovers because there was a blocker there when that flag was thrown down.
And boy, they don't need that in this game, especially when John Wood finally got a chance to get some running room, and he can scat when he gets an opportunity to do so. It is a hold against the Rovers, so negate that long run by John Wood. And we're always looking for the play of the game, the player of the game, and for the most part tonight, I mean, we don't like to give, so that people listening understand this. We don't look to give the award to the same person all the time, but at the same time, we are trying to be honest and give it to the person that deserves it. And tonight you've probably heard the name John Wood pronounced a whole lot because he's pretty much been the offense tonight.
And he's been doing a very consistent job for Rovers.
Okay, so we're stacked on the far side as the Rovers try to move right to left motion. That is Wood in motion, but Ford in motion, and Wood will keep it and go straight ahead and will make pretty decent yardage on that first down play.
And see, this is probably why right now he's the player of the game for us, because with all these rushes, I think he's up to about 20 now, and 17 out of the 20 have either went for positive yards or no gain. So he's doing a good job of not putting the Rovers in really bad situations.
Yes, you would have pretty good stats after this game as far as rushing. The problem is the minus yards that
Yeah.
he's going to have, and that's the fate of the quarterback. You know, you could run for 50 yards, but then be tackled for 50 behind. You know, behind line
negates
scrimmage.
it.
It negates it. So Woody's back. The pass got a man not open.
Oh,
The ball is
it's picked off.
intercepted, and still on his feet is number 27. I'm sorry, 24, and 24 is Marciniak, and he will make the interception.
Yeah, that was a very tight window for Wood to make the
Yes.
pass. It was Peyton Maurer. I think maybe what he was trying to do there is Maurer was actually a little bit taller than the defender there. Maybe he was trying to get it up over top of him. He just didn't give it enough, and Marciniak was right there just to pick the ball off.
Well, one thing receivers have to do, they have to give the quarterback a chance. And so they have to get away from that defender. You know, the receiver breaks it to the sideline as quickly as he can. Defender's behind him now, sealed off. You get that ball out in front of him. And again, but that's something that experienced quarterbacks do and experienced receivers do. And, you know, we're not dealing with either one of those in this game. So that's just the way it is. Okay, first down and 10 from the 42-yard line of the Elkers. That is, I think, Marciniak again with the carry. He's a sophomore. I think we have a lot of sophomores out there right now for the Elkers. We're down to 1:23 on a running clock now in the third period. So this is going by quickly. Our score 42-0. Next week, we're back, as we said, at Brockway, as Bradford will come down. They're taking the long hike this year, thankfully. We don't have to go way up there. And they're coming in with a defeated record as well. They haven't won a game yet this year. And so it'll probably be a battle of the defeateds coming up here next weekend. And we hope that Brockway will be able to come up with a win next weekend, especially you want to do it for your homecoming game.
Yeah, that's always nice to get a win during homecoming. I know the fans usually want something like that, and it's sometimes even usually a good boost for the players, too, to win on homecoming.
The team I took as a head coach back in the 80s, when I went down there, they hadn't won a homecoming game ever, and they hadn't won a game in 3 years. And so I figured, well, you know, you can't do any worse, right? So they were so bad. They played their homecoming games away.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm just
I'm just kidding. Well, I mean, you never know.
I'm just kidding. But anyway, okay, hand off to the tailback this time, and that is, I believe, number 24 again. That's Marciniak, who's getting a lot of action here tonight. He's dropped for a loss on the play.
Yeah, Cameron Frowse got right in the backfield and brought him down for a good 2-yard loss on the play. But there's a flag. It seemed like he might have had a horse collar tackle on him when he brought him down, but I'm not quite sure, so we'll have to wait and see what the penalty is here.
Yeah, it did seem like he was checking the size of his shoulder pads, you know, see if they fit or not. So let's wait and see. Officials are talking about it, and
he's signaling face mask.
There's the call. Yeah, personal foul, face mask. It's made against the Rovers. That's a long penalty, a 15-yarder. The ball now is inside in the Rover territory at the 40-yard line.
And that's not really something the defense can afford right now, especially with the JV team for Ridgway on the field.
Right. Okay, the near side is number 6 in the game, and that is Gresko. That's Michael, 11th grader. I guess he's probably related to the starting quarterback, who happens to be Paul Gresko, and he's a senior. So we see a few of those matchups here with names where one person is the senior and the other person is the junior. So
they might try to outdo each other.
Well, you know, if you have the genetics in the family, then you gotta have lots of boys, right? So you can just keep them coming along. Okay, second down and 8 from the 38-yard line of the Rovers. And that is the end right now of the third period. Our score at the end of 3 is 42-0 in favor of the Elkers. We'll be right back with the beginning of the fourth period right after these messages. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football.
About water, from well drilling to water delivery to home or office, pool and spa chemicals and water pumps and water treatment.
Hugh Water Service.
That's us.
With 30 years of water experience, Hugh Water Services provides Western Pennsylvania with one convenient source for clean and clear water. Superior installations at competitive prices, including sales, service, and rentals for pumps, tanks, and water supply systems, and sprinklers.
That's us.
Well drilling, including water wells, geothermal wells, well cleaning, and if you need bottled water delivery, Gatorade and coffee to your office, we do that too, with free delivery. Ask for details. We even offer excavating services. Hugh Water Services even does that? That's full service.
That's us.
If you think we're just another water company, you're all wet. Family owned and operated since 1988 on Route 219 just south of Brockway, or visit them on the web at hughwaterservices.com.
That's us. The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
Okay, we're back. Don't miss a minute of the action all season long. The Rovers are streamlined live online at Sunny 106 FM on your iPad, smartphone, or computer. Catch the Rovers at Sunny 106. Okay, we're back to action here. It is a third down now for the Elkers. The third down and about 5. Ball resting on the Rovers' 31-yard line. As we're just beginning the fourth period, which should run, Max, pretty fast here, since we are definitely in the rule right now. So this is a great rule that's been brought into the game. It really is.
Yeah, especially with a game like this. If it wasn't a running clock, this game would probably last past 10 o'clock.
Okay, the pass there completed, and that's going to be a nice explosive first down for the Elkers. Ball going to be now just outside the 25-yard line to about the 26-yard line. So the Elkers are on the move once again.
Yeah, 24, Marciniak for Ridgway. It seemed like he just sit down right in the coverage of Brockway, caught the ball and just dropped down for a first down. It's nice to see these younger kids for Ridgway producing this type of positive yardage for their team still.
Yeah, they look well. Listen, okay, there was a
fumble.
Problem on that play because number 24, Marciniak, was supposed to go in motion, and he did not go in motion, and so that play was messed up from the very beginning, and the ball is on the ground and recovered by Brockway. So there's a break for Brockway, and they've had very few of those tonight.
Yeah, especially even throughout the week. I think Owen Johnson was the one that fell on the ball there. It seemed like it was just a bad snap too, or a bad handle from the quarterback, just fell right to the ground. So positive right there for Brockway. Hopefully we'll see some type of positive yardage here on offense. It'd be really encouraging here to put some points on the board, and since especially last week they were shut out by Kane.
Yep, Glassell on the near side right now. Again, John Wood is back there at quarterback. It looks like Stewart is back there with him. No, I'm sorry, it's Ford, I believe, and he'll take the carry up to the 30-yard line. So a short gain there. I think you probably have enough time to run downtown and get a pizza and bring it back up here, before this.
Yeah, if people don't know, Paisanos and Brockway opened a store out here in Ridgway, and I was telling Bill on the way here, I'm like, I kind of wanted to see what this Ridgway pizza tasted like. Maybe it's better, maybe it's not. I don't know. It's not Brockway, so.
It's hard to make a bad pizza. I mean, it's too bad the pizza tastes so good. You
just want more of it.
Not great for the waistline. Okay, there's a handoff to Ford, and he'll cross the 30-yard line and bring it up to about the 33-yard line. They'll bring up a third down for the Rovers. Yeah, there's just some things that are just so good. It's kind of like. I won't mention the brand name because they're not advertising the game, but I like mint chip ice cream, and the store we shop at has this brand that is probably the best on the market right now, at least in our area, and I just can't buy it because if I buy it, then I eat it, and so I just have to walk by the cooler and keep moving.
If it's the same brand I'm thinking of, Cookies and Cream is just beautiful of what they make.
Okay, John Wood finally breaks one, and he's across the 50-yard line, just out of bounds about right there. And so he was able to bring that ball to the near side, and so good run for him as he's kind of congratulated by the players here. Good sportsmanship.
He's been having a lot of good runs in the second half, but it seems like Connor Ford's been getting more of the carries in the half. So I'm hoping to see Wood getting more of the rushes because so far he has 3 rushes, 20 yards, 4-yard, 18-yard run. So maybe the key here to keep this drive going is just like they did in the first half is Wood.
Yeah, I think he'd be over the 100-yard mark at the end of this game if he didn't have the losses that he's taken in this game. The sacks will just,
really kill it.
Take that all away. Okay, Wood with a handoff to Ford this time off the left side and finds very little running room over there. But we'll pick up a few. That'll bring up a second down and about, let's call it, looks like 6 yards. So I picked up 4 on the play.
Yeah, the one I was going to mention to you earlier. There's kids playing on the far side of the field throwing the ball. Every now and then I catch that up the glimpse of my eye, and I think Brockway's throwing the ball downfield. I'm like, what is happening right now?
They're doing what we used to do at that age, at football games. We wouldn't watch the game. We'd get a paper cup or something, and we'd be playing a game over on the side of the field. So.
Yeah, you come for your parents to pay you into the game, and then you go outside and play football.
Yeah, well. Okay, Porn is in motion, but the pitch out is to Ford, and he's got running room out there on the far side, still on his feet inside the 20-yard line, still on his feet, and will go out of bounds inside, looks like inside the 10-yard line, so a nice play there.
Yeah, that was a good pitch by Wood, but he took a hard hit right after he pitched the ball. But Connor did a good job getting almost 40 yards there on the run. That's his best pick of the day.
Little option series right there, and run very nicely, executed well. Another advanced disposal, first down inside the 10-yard line.
And we're finally in the red zone.
Finally in the red zone. Let's see what we can do with it. We have a slot to the near side and a slot to the far side. Ford is back there with John Wood in the backfield. We have 7:32 on the clock. In motion is number 2, and that is, let's see, right up the middle of John Wood with the carry there. Good yardage there as he's going to bring it inside the 5-yard line to about the 4-yard line. It was Glassell was in motion, but he did not get the handoff, and Wood just took it himself.
Yeah, they did that option play again. I kind of like seeing that from them because most defenses are going to focus on Wood. So, they might crash in on Wood, and that pitch might give the runner that's getting the pitch more chances to go upfield.
Okay, so it is a first down now, another advanced disposal, second down, not first down, second down. We just had our first down, so second down for the Rovers. Oh, it's getting late. Okay, handoff there to Ford, and sack almost immediately there.
Yeah, and you can hear these Ridgway fans rooting on these younger kids. It's nice to hear the fans. We haven't heard them really in a while, so it's nice to hear some support for some of those younger kids out there for them.
Yeah, that was Jake Kunzelman. He'll be back next year. He's a junior. Big boy, though.
Oh, I think that's his family. I think that's why we're here.
I just wonder who has the
cowbell.
Not the cowbell, but our siren. Maybe we won't hear that anymore tonight. I don't know, but
we can only hope.
It would hurt my feelings if we didn't. But okay, it is third down and short now, about 2 for the Rovers. In motion is Ford. He will get the handoff, but has no running room and will be dropped at the 10.
He fumbled the ball.
But I think it's recovered there by the wideout. Let's see, is that Glassell, number 2? I think maybe it is.
Yeah, it's Glassell.
Glassell very astutely jumped on the ball there. And so the Rovers will have it, but it will be a fourth down with a loss on the play. So fourth down, ball resting now.
That really hurt them because they had 2nd and 1. And now they're at 4th and 5, especially in the red zone. They were doing such a good job here. They need to do a really good job of at least converting here.
Okay, so we're at a fourth down. This is one of the best opportunities of the night right now. As in motion, that is Nader. John Bassett into the end zone, and
there we go.
Is Connor Ford, and he will score. So Connor Ford with the score with 5:07 remaining in this one to get the Brockway Rovers on the board. So it is 42-6, and the only thing, not only is it fortunate that the Rovers finally got a touchdown, but it's fortunate we don't hear the siren when Brockway when Brockway scores.
It'd be nicer because it's usually far away from the booth, so it's not right there in our ear.
Okay.
But Ford did a good job finding some open room in the back of the end zone, and Wood, right before he got hit, dished it out right to Ford for that touchdown.
Okay, Lewis Painter with a kick is up, and it is good. So with 5:07 remaining in this game, it is 42 for the Elkers, 7 for the Rovers, and we'll be back with the Rovers kickoff. Haven't said that many times tonight. Right after these messages. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football.
Keep your fleet running sweet with B&T Fleet Supply, specializing in the needs of heavy, medium, or light-duty trucks. Doesn't matter the job, your fleet needs the right supplies. B&T Fleet Supply is a Triangle Spring distributor. That means they have a complete supply of truck springs and suspension parts when you need them, plus Triangle Spring and Goodyear air springs. And B&T Fleet Supply can even do custom bent U-bolts and hydraulic lines. B&T Fleet Supply on William Street behind Cooper Tire.
Why work in your yard when you can enjoy it? Thanks to Yardworks. Here's James Burkholder.
So pondless water features and pondless waterfalls are something that is coming very, very popular for homeowners. Also, dry riverbeds and also riverbeds and waterfalls that incorporate many things like outdoor lighting, your landscape lighting, and kind of tie everything together.
Weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly maintenance available. Call 594-6421 today and yardworksco.com.
The home of Brockway Rovers football is Sunny 106.
Okay, we are back. The kickoff by the Rovers will be taken at about the close to the 30-yard line, and the ball will be brought out here to about the 45. And that is number 26. That's a kid's playing quarterback
Allegretto.
tonight. That's Allegretto. So, we're talking about kids throwing the ball or playing football on the other side like we used to do. And one night, and we were in our teens at the time, we went to see a game in a local stadium, and we bought tickets to the game, so we had paid for the tickets, but we decided we'd try to sneak in. And so we climbed the fence, and we actually get into the game, and nobody caught us. And we thought, well, it's okay because we bought tickets. We just found a different way to go in.
It's the thrill that made it all worth it. Yep.
Yeah, just the thrill of the whole thing, I want to be young again, huh? Do stupid things like that. Okay, the pitch out from Allegretto, from 24. That's Marciniak playing is it 24 playing quarterback now?
No. Allegretto pitched it out to Marciniak there. They were in the I formation,
okay,
pitched out far
26
side.
to 24.
Yeah.
26 to 24. Okay. All these numbers coming in the game right now. So they're trying to get everybody in the game, which is what they should do. And it gives you the opportunity to do that. And, we had a good team the year after I graduated because we were undefeated my senior year. And so a lot of, we had games in control by halftime. And so a lot of the younger guys got a chance to play. So the next year they only lost 2 games out of 12. So they had a 10-game season winning season.
Yeah, I like coaches that do this, put the younger kids in, because there are some coaches that will keep the first string in all the way through the game for some reason.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Even the injury factor is one thing, because you kind of lose your edge when you're way ahead. You kind of relax, and that's not a good thing in a collision sport by any means. Okay, so third down now for the Elkers. They're moving from right to our left. We're down to 3:36 on a running clock here right now. So this one's going to be over. Perhaps if there's not a timeout by maybe 9 o'clock, so that's not bad.
Yeah, very quick game tonight. I mean, it's sad to say that for Brockway. We were hoping for a better outcome to the end of this game, that's for sure.
But my hip thanks you. So I'll be probably feeling it tomorrow, but hopefully I can get a little sleep tonight. Sometimes sleep's a little hard to come by when you have something
metal in your leg.
Yeah, when you have something traumatic done to your body. But okay.
That was a really good series right there for Rovers. 3 straight runs. Didn't get anything more than, I think Ridgway lost a yard on that run. The tackle was by Nathan Hout, stopped the running back in the backfield. I'm waiting to see what Ridgway will do here, if they'll punt or if they'll go for it.
Okay, so fourth down, they're letting the clock run, which is a good idea. There's no point really. I mean, it's fourth down now and about 11 yards to go for the Elkos. They're going to just let the clock run down, probably call a timeout.
Yeah, take as much clock off. Take as much time off the clock as possible.
Oh, thank you. You're starting to lose it too.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad you're young. I'm glad to see that.
Oh, that always happens to me. I'm just lucky enough to compose myself quick enough to make some intelligent words.
People expect that from us old people. But anyway, okay, we have a time on the field. Timeout is brought to you by U Water and Holt Drilling of Brockway. If you think that your water company, Max, you're just all wet. That's right. You get the idea. Okay, well, we're going to just keep it here. We're down to 2:17 remaining in this one. And so we'll just keep it here and try to be, if you can make it to the stadium next weekend in Brockway, it's going to be a home game. It's going to be senior night. It's always a big night. Probably have a lot of special things going on. And senior night, and they'll have a senior on the radio. That's me, not you. Me. And,
no, isn't next week homecoming?
Homecoming. Did I say senior night?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Your night's in a couple weeks.
It's one of those. It's one of those things anyway. Yeah. I'm trying to get a special interview for either senior night or homecoming, but I wasn't able to get that yet. I'm still hoping that will happen.
Any cues on who it is?
Somebody that everybody knows. Was a former member of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Last year I had Raymond Berry on as a member of the Hall of Fame, National Football League Hall of Fame.
I think I know who it is, but I don't want to ruin it for the viewers.
Yeah, I trained with Raymond many moons ago back in '65 and had a chance to interview him on radio. Okay, real nice kick there. It's going to roll around inside the almost to the 10-yard line, so the Rovers will start there. So we've got 90 yards to go.
Yeah, it's a really good punt there from Marciniak, putting the Rovers with inside their own 10-yard line, or own 10-yard line. I can't say it now.
Okay.
I've lost it now. I shouldn't be talking.
You sneaked out to. You told me you sneaked out to use the job, Johnny, back there. I'm not so sure that's what you sneaked out to do because you're starting to slur your words and everything else. So I don't know.
Shh, I'm a teacher. No, but it's been a long day. I've talked enough today to talk for a whole week.
Yeah, I had a long one too. Worked out at the Y, then I had the physical therapy session, and then all that stuff, trying to get ready for tonight. So made a long day also. So both of us are ready for it to be done, I guess. Okay, we're at 1:50 on a running clock right now in this football game. 42-7 is our score in favor of the Elkers. There's a handoff to like Tyler Ford back there. He'll get a few out to about looks like maybe only one out to the 12-yard line.
Yeah, not much happening there on that play.
So
these younger kids from Ridgway are just doing a good job every now and then blocking up those holes, not letting Brockway get anything offensively.
Yeah, we'll get you down and get a picture of the player of the game, I guess, immediately after. In fact, we'll get you out here even before it's over, I think, Max, so you can catch somebody on the field there. And then you can get back up here and join me, and
we'll
get done what we need to get done. Okay, so it's second down and about 9 from the 12-yard line. Rovers moving from left to right in their own territory right now. John Wood gets the ball, hands it off there to Ford, and again, very little of any room right down there. It's going to bring up a third down. Now we're down under 50 seconds in this football game.
Yeah, there's not much time left for Brockway to really do anything here. I think maybe what they'll just try to do is run some clock, salvage any type of injuries that might occur.
So, Max, we'll let you go ahead and go and get that picture, and we'll take care of things here for you. So, still on running clock. It looks like everybody's just going to let this thing run down. And this one will be over. And looks like our final score is going to be 42-7. So 42-7, our final score tonight. Next week, of course, Brockway taking on Bradford, and they will be home for their homecoming game. It's probably the last play of the game right there. As going straight ahead, I think will be John Wood, and so this one is over. Our final score is 42-7. For news delivered to your inbox, sign up today at bestoftricounty.com. And we'll be back with our post-game show right after this. You're listening to Sunny 106, your home for Rover football.
When it comes time to buy your next car, truck, or SUV, there's only one place to go. Johnson Motors. You're sure to find just what you want at a price that'll surprise you. Check out the new Buick and GMC models, rugged and tough new Silverado and Equinox, or the top safety pick, Subaru. Plus, Johnson Motors has an incredible pre-owned selection